Yo, hey everybody. It's the Chillery Bank Show. Good evening. How's everybody feeling today? This is episode 5. We are in March, early March. I'm here with Strife.
What's
going
What's
on?
poppin'? How you
Strifey
doing?
for lifey.
I'm chilling today. Today's a very good day.
Yo, you guys don't even know. Like, the person I'm about to introduce to you guys, first of all, how he got here is amazing, right? Aside from everything, but dead ass, like, I'm just so hyped, Shy.
I see that.
I'm so hyped.
I see that.
I'm
I'm
so
hyped too. Shit.
Me too. All right. Let's get to the chase.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like I said, I have a ton of amazing friends, and a lot of people who are kind of dibbling and dabbling in a ton of stuff. One of my favorite things is the music industry, entertainment, all of that stuff. That's for me, right? I'm going to introduce you guys to a very good friend of mine representing California. And he's in the building, which is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we activated right now. We activated. So this is my friend. He's a concert promoter, A&R, talent manager, but real ass niggas. So, so we're going to introduce my man DJ very quick.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
DJ Harris.
Thank you.
Yo.
I'm happy to be here.
I can't believe you're here. Like, this is nuts.
I couldn't not show up. Like, I had to pull up. I see everything going on. I see everything you're doing. Yeah. I had to be here personally.
Yo, thank you so much. So let me tell you guys. So should I start from the beginning?
However you want to start.
This is beginning worthy.
Yeah. We can
I
take
think
it from
this
the top.
is beginning worthy.
Yeah.
So if you guys have been listening to the shows, I've mentioned DJ, I think in like 2 shows already, because DJ's been a huge part of why I'm doing this. So, about 2 years ago, I called DJ. DJ lives in California. You were in San Diego.
Yeah, I live in San Diego now.
There we go.
Yeah.
In the Bay. So DJ's kind of bi-coastal. He comes back and forth to New York. I met you in New York.
Yep.
So he was living in California and comes back here. And I was like, yo, link me real quick. You know what I mean? Like, I want to talk to you about something. So we went to, do you remember the name of that hotel yet? I know we were trying to figure it out the other day.
Somewhere in the Lower East Side. Titus, my homie Titus will know. That's
yeah,
where,
what's up, Titus?
Shout out to Titus, man.
Yes,
Shout out to Titus.
Yo, oh my God, we got to talk about Titus too. I love his stuff. But yeah, so we linked up in this hotel in Lower East Side. And I was like, yo, DJ, like, I think I want to do a podcast, whatever. And then immediately it was like, no time. Yo, do that shit. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. All right, cool. So, you're going to need this. And I remember in the last episode I was talking about it, and I was like, DJ used to like send me just like links to just things I need. So like, by the way, I work off of this Rodecaster. So he sends me the Rodecaster. Boom, you need that. He's like, all right, cool. Get these mics. All right, cool. Get this headset. Yo, you're going to need some phone. All right, cool. Do this. And every time he'll send it, he'll wait a couple days, a week or two, and then be like, yo, did you get it?
I'm on your head.
On my head. So I'm like, nah, I ain't getting it. Yo, I was doing something, blah, blah, blah. So then it came to really, and I don't know if I told you this, but it came to the point where I was just feeling like corny. I was like, yo, this motherfucker keep asking me if I did something I said I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't producing. Like, and I'm like, man, I could do what I said I was going to do. So then I remember I bought the Rodecaster first and I sent it to you. I was like, yeah, nigga, now what? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So after that, I told him, I was like, yo, you got to come on the show. Like, for sure. So we talked about it, but you live in California and COVID and all this shit. So things got kind of pushed back. So this was like 5-6 days ago, like literally like 5-6 days ago. I called DJ and I'm like, yo, what's good, man? Like, what you doing? He's like, chilling. I was like, yo, listen, I want to do your episode next. So, tell me when you're free. I'm going to have Strife come.
Yeah.
Because the Rodecaster, you can do interviews on the phone. So I was like, yo, we're going to phone you and, do the interview. So, yo, immediately DJ like, what? Phone? Man, I'm pulling up. I was like,
yeah,
what?
I'm not doing the phone shit, bruh. I was too involved.
Yo, that
Facts.
He's like, nah, there's no way. Like, I'm pulling up. So I was like, yo, you for real? Listen, my man was on the flight Friday. He was like, I'll be there at 9. I was like, wow, man. DJ.
I had to pull up, man.
DJ. Yo, that like means the world, yo. Thank you so much.
No problem. I'm happy to be here.
Thanks. So, I want you to kind of introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about what you do just before we kind of get into the, meat and potatoes.
Absolutely. My name is DJ Harris. So I'm a concert promoter. I do A&R work as well. I'm talent manager. So I manage a lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much, I don't know. I don't know where to start. Like, where you want me to start?
Just growing up in California, we was talking about you from San Diego.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Los Angeles. I'm from Inglewood.
Okay.
So I lived in Inglewood until I was 14. Then I moved to San Diego when I was when I was 14. And after that, I moved to New York. You know what I mean? So
well, the thing is, like, from being in Inglewood and moving to San Diego, right?
Mhm.
So what was the difference? Because like in Queens, for instance, right? Like
Mhm.
I lived in Jamaica and moved to Bayside. So it was like different parts.
no,
Like,
there's a big difference. LA, there's a lot more black people. San Diego, it's
Mhm.
like a lot more Mexican, a lot more white people. So like,
mhm.
it was just a big culture shock for me. Like, you know what I mean? It was kind of hard for me because like people would like see the Chappelle show on TV,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they'll come up and they'll be like, "Hey, like, can you do the dance that they did in Chappelle show?" So it's like, bro, get out
Right.
of my face, bro. I'm about to slap the dog shit out of you. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, but
Word.
it was cool. I was really only there for a couple years, but when I came to New York, it was really like that was more my vibe. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I grew up watching Making the Band and shit
Oh,
like
yeah,
that, and
yeah.
I was always drawn to the music shit. So like,
Okay.
when I came out here
Mhm.
in New York, it was cool because I was chilling with my homeboy Eric, who went to St. John's.
Mhm.
So he gave me like, he told me what the college life was like.
Right,
I was
right.
able to see like these motherfuckers partying and having fun and shit.
Yeah.
So my first time coming out here, I was 17. So I was still in high school. So I came back
Mhm.
home and I'm like, I want to go to college. Like, I got to get my shit together. And my
Yeah.
counselor was looking at me like, nigga, get the fuck out of here,
Oh,
nigga.
Right.
We trying to just get you to graduate on time, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
it.
not going to college, nigga. Like, stop, nigga. But
Mhm.
I still was able to come out here and just have a good time. So after I graduated, I moved out here and was hanging out on a campus, St. John's campus, and, doing what young niggas do, just having
Yeah.
fun and shit. But
Right.
it was cool. I was just chasing my dreams, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just, I was able to build relationships with J. Cole. He was out in St. John at the time. Strife
Shout
was
out
my
Yeah.
to
brother.
Cole. What's up, man?
Yeah, Stripe
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah, yeah.
Strife
So
was-
you mentioned
Wonderful times.
right. So you mentioned that you were kind of drawn to the New York music. So when you came out here about 18 years old, like who was your biggest influence? Like who were you listening to out of New York at that time?
Jay-Z, of course. You know what I
Yeah, of
mean? Jay-Z.
course.
At that particular time, Dipset was on top of the shit. Diplomatic Immunity too.
Oh, hell
yeah.
Diplomatic, that shit was
Classic.
undeniable. Classic.
Classic.
Diddy was like inspiration. You know what I mean? Him
Mhm.
doing everything that he did.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really like just drawn to all that shit, music in general, New York culture in general. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? All that swag and all that fly shit that New
Yeah.
Yorkers be out here on that shit. So
Yeah.
I was really drawn to that shit, really.
So what made you like say like, oh, I'm going to go to New York, like cross country? Like what brought you here in the first place?
It was really just St. John's, like the whole
Yeah.
everything going on over there. That shit was lit. Like,
Yeah.
you know
The
what I
whole
mean?
school's a vibe,
Yeah.
man.
It's a vibe.
Like, I know exactly what you mean.
So
Yeah.
pretty much like your man went there and he was like, yo, it's lit over here. And you was like, man, fuck it. I'm moving to New York. I'm out of here.
Them nights on was it Donovan?
Donovan,
The-
the,
the-
strip, and
Yeah,
all
the
that.
strip. Exactly.
Oh, God.
That shit is what drew me here, man. Like just different. The women, the girls was beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? They was smart. That shit is 100% what drew me out here. Like I came out here and I was going crazy, honestly.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I was in my bag.
Yeah. So St. John's, I know a few people who went to St. John's too. So
Yours truly.
yeah, this
Mhm.
one over here, Stripey went to St. John's. But you wasn't a student at St. John's.
Nah, I
was
definitely
just
wasn't. I
outside.
was just one of them niggas that was hanging out on the campus, you know what I
Shoot,
mean,
you
on the
had enough
strip.
clout to be a student.
Yo, a
You know
lot
what I
of
mean?
people did that though.
Yeah,
Back in
yeah.
the day, like I knew more people who were in like at St. John's than who actually attended
Word.
Facts.
St. John's.
Everybody thought I went
Right.
there, like, cause you would even see me in classes, like these niggas have me in the class.
Wow.
I'm in the class with a notepad, pretending like I'm
Acting
taking notes.
crazy.
Like I was really like an unofficial student for real. Like it's crazy going to the parties and shit. It was a ball, man. I had a ball over there.
So when you was out here, did you start promoting then? Or like how, like what were you doing when you got out here? Were you going to school? Were you just kind of And where were you living? Where did you end up?
So when I moved out here, I moved in with my dad because my dad was he worked for JetBlue, so he lived in Queens. So it just worked out perfectly. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
I stayed with him, and then I would just come and party and have a good time with these guys. And I was working at like some small spot. I think it was called Tuxedo Park in Long Island.
Okay.
And I was doing that just to have some bread. You know what I mean? Whatever, just to party on the weekends type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just bullshitting really. 18 years old, you're not really taking life too serious. You're really just wilding. Like you just
doing
you know
what
I mean? But I'm in the environment to where I'm closer to my dreams out here than I am in San Diego, California. I felt at least, you know.
Right. So you was out here and your dream really was to get into the music industry. So that's around the time when you were in St. John's and you started meeting people who had the same, I guess, dreams as you. And then
absolutely. So like I met Cole, my first time meeting J. Cole. Like actually I seen him before I met him. So he was doing a show and he was opening up for Joel Santana at the time.
I went to that show.
You went to that show?
Hell yeah.
That shit was hard,
that shit
bruh.
Was fire.
And like I already knew first time I see him, like, yo, this nigga is different. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. So after a certain amount of time, there was this job that had opened up at St. John's. It was called After School All-Star. And my homeboy had plugged me to work there. And I basically was working close with Cole at the time. We basically was just like mentoring kids that were underprivileged, like coming out of Harlem or like rough areas. And we was just giving them like an opportunity, like a summer camp type shit.
Okay.
So being that I was working there, we was teaching them how to play basketball and shit like that. And we was working side by side. So that's when I was able to really build a relationship with him and be like, yo, like I saw you on the show, you was doing your thing. You know what I mean? I remember I was talking to him. I'm like, because this show was like insane. There was thousands of people there. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, bro, was you getting like mad, like groupie attention and all that? Like what happened after the show? He's like, I wasn't getting no groupie love, but I was getting attention. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying. I'm like, yeah, no, I feel that, bro. Like we was able to really build and like he would go to studio sessions and he would come back and he knew that we would have many conversations and he knew that was something that I was interested in. So he'll play me some songs like, yo, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And I would give him my feedback on records. Like one of the records that was on his first album, I believe it was like, do y'all remember that song where it was about like him? I don't know if it was about him, but it was I ain't too proud to tell you that I cry sometimes.
Okay,
I cry sometimes about it.
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. So the day after he recorded that record, he came and played it for me. But one of the verses was different. So it was his perspective on a girl that had got pregnant. And then the other verse was the girl's perspective. So like, nigga, you ain't about to just get me pregnant and run off and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And then at this particular time before he changed it, the third verse was about the baby's perspective. So the baby in the womb was like, nah, I understand. Like, y'all ain't ready for me type shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like, I'm like, yo, that shit is fire. Like, you know what I mean? But he eventually ended up changing it, the third verse to the homeboy's perspective. So the homeboys was like, what, nigga? Tell that bitch get an abortion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I just thought it was dope because I initially, like, when I would hear the music, I'm just like, yo, this nigga's next level. Like, this is
way
crazy.
Ahead of his
like,
time.
we would all be freestyling and shit, and I would never go after this nigga because he was just like too
don't
nice.
even try
it. I was just like, oh no, I'm good. I don't rap type shit, you know? And but I always knew that nigga was fire. So when he got his deal, I just was like, damn, like, I'm really close to this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so what I would do, well, before he had got his deal, he would send me his music. And I had relationships with like music executives just based on like, well, I had a relationship with this lady named Wendy Goldstein, and she was running Capitol at the time. And I sent his music to her. And I was like, yo, this guy is about to blow. He opened up for Jewel's. Like, you need to sign this dude. You know what I mean? And I would send his music all these places. And these people was fronting. They was like, I don't know, this, and that. So when he got his deal with Rock Nation, that's when I knew, like, okay, well, this guy, like, I know how to identify talent, you know?
Right.
So basically, I've stayed close with them and I was like, oh, just basically following his journey throughout the whole way. And I'm just learning, like, okay, wow, this is what's going on. And all while he's following his dreams and growing, it's inspiring a lot of other people, whether it was me, whether it was 60, whether it was you, Strife. There was so many people that was following his journey so closely and that was inspired by everything that we saw. Yeah. And it kind of just moved us to keep going and keep grinding even harder, you know what I mean? Because we would go to his first show at SOB's. He was what was he on the what do you call it, the freshman list? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like all
Double
that
XL.
double XL freshman list. So it was like, damn, okay, well, if he can do it, we can definitely do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we
Yeah.
just kept following his shit, and he can continue to inspire us. You know,
Yeah, got motivated.
definitely got
I
motivated.
love that shit. So, all right. Now, shortly after that, though, while you were in New York, you actually got an internship at Bad Boy.
I did.
So, tell me a little bit about how that happened. I mean, that's some people's like dream gig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
so,
is.
how the hell did you do that, DJ?
So basically that's so random. Like I just loved everything music. So like at this time, the Sean John was popping.
Oh, the
the
clothing line.
balloon.
Yeah.
So and Sean John had a little store on Fifth Ave, and I would always go there. And I actually one of the dudes, his name is what's his name? I think it was Julian or something. He was working at the store on Fifth Ave, and he went to St. John's. So he was my plug, you know what I mean? So I could get my Sean John 40% off. So I tap in with him and get all my shit. So I was going over there and I pick up my clothes that he would buy for me so I can get my discount. And then after a while, like I would just walk past the Bad Boy office. I'm just dreaming, you know what I mean? I'm just loving. So I'm walking past the Bad Boy office. And as I'm walking past, this dude walks out of the office. His name is Tommy Pops, and he was working with Puff at the time. And he's like, "What's good?" And I'm like, "Oh, just coming from the Sean John store." I'm thinking I'm cool by saying that. He's like, "Okay, bro." Like, I shop at Barney's, but that's cool. And he's like, "What's good?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just want an internship there." And he's like, "Really? All right, cool." And he gave me his business card, and he's like, "Bro, call me, and I'm gonna look out for you. You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna tell you who to contact, and then." When you speak to them, let them know like I vouch for you, and you pretty
certified.
much you in there. You know what I mean?
Sanction.
So I did that. I reached out to them. I put my suit and tie on. I'm thinking I'm so professional. I went in for my interview, and they like, when can you start? I can start right now. Like I can start today. Like I'm here. I don't got nothing else to do. Like I'm ready. This was in 2007. So they hired me as an intern, and I'm in there doing like, just random intern shit. You know what I mean? So I had that for a little while, but then they found out I wasn't in school, so they had to let me go because you have to do it for school credit. They didn't want to
They have to give school credit.
Yeah.
Damn.
They didn't want to turn me into a slave. So it was like, if you're not getting credit, you're not going to get paid, you know? So they was like, all right, we'll like let you learn a little bit, but we're not going to make you a slave, bro. So like, I was devastated that they had to like let me go doing that. You know what I mean? But that was just enough to inspire me to continue to go forward. You know what I mean? And that actually happened before I did After School All-Stars. So while I'm working with Cole, I'm telling him like, yeah, man, I'm interning at Bad Boy. Like, and he just seeing the inspiration and the drive in my eyes and in my voice. And he's like, damn, man, keep it up. You know what I mean? Just keep doing your thing, you know?
Right.
So, really, I don't know. I was just like, just basically just trying to find my way. When you mad young in New York, like, I mean, New York is only 12 and a half miles long and 2.5 miles wide. You know what I mean? But there's so much opportunity out here that it's like, you're gonna just find your way. Yeah, you're gonna go.
There's no place like it.
If you're inspired and you're gonna like looking for something to do, just pound of pavement, and you know what I mean, you'll find your way. So that's exactly what I did, you know?
Right. Like speaking of like pounding the pavement, like how was the process of like shopping demos and groundwork? Because nowadays it's different. We got Instagram now, you know what I mean? Throwing a little post up is a lot different from people like really being in the streets. Like I remember when people would stand outside and pass flyers and
hang
CDs, like you know what I'm saying?
That's insane that you mentioned that. I got to tell you a story. So once After School All Stars ended, I took a job as a server at Johnny Rockets on 55th Street and then 3rd Ave.
Sidebar, I love Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
Where they go? Where they go though?
Facts. And so I'm working there or whatever. And my day, I'm coming back to Queens. I'm on the E train, and I see Cole on the train. Like, what the hell? Like, we just happened. Like, how did this nigga end up on the same cart as me? Like, what the hell?
Right.
And I'm like, yo, bro, where you coming from? He's like, bro, I just got finished standing outside a Baseline. And I'm like, oh, what was you doing at Baseline? He's like, bro, I'm trying to like, I was waiting out there because I heard Hove was coming. I wanted to hand him my CD.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, that's dope. Hell yeah, dog. Good shit. And he's like, yeah, this nigga, he's like, yeah, I went to hand him my CD. And he was like, bruh, don't hand me that. Hand it to one of them. He was talking about like one of his assistants or whoever he was with. And so he handed it to them or whatever, which, that could be part of the reason why he got signed.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing him on the train right after that happened. You know what I mean? Because he was one of those dudes, like, bro, he was just like me. Like, he wasn't going to stop until he got where he was trying to go type shit. You know what I mean?
You got to have that, though.
Yeah.
You got to have that, especially in New York. Like, you got to, like, find that dog in you.
There's
you know
no coincidence that he stood outside baseline in the rain and he ended up getting signed to Hove. That shit is like, it's not a coinky dink.
That was a line.
You
that was
feel
supposed
me?
to happen.
Yeah. And he was like, he said, oh, I handed it to the nigga, you know what I mean? And they walked in baseline and like Beyonce looked back and he was like, all right, cool. Like, even though it didn't necessarily result to however he may have wanted it to result to at that particular time, just the fact, hey, we saw Hove tonight. That's insane. You know what I mean?
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah. So I saw him on a train and he told me the story and I came home and I told all my homies, like, yeah, you know, Cole just saw Hove tonight, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And so that just lets you know, like, in New York, if you have drive, like, you can just, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? As long as you really try, like, it's going to happen because it's only so big and there's so many opportunities out here that, like, just keep going. You're going to find your way, you know?
Right. And not for nothing, talent will always speak for itself. Like, if you really have that talent and you know what I'm saying? Like, your hardest job is really getting it into somebody's hands. But, you know, once it does that and it touches whoever it needs to touch, like, you pretty much up from there.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you really have the talent. But, you know, consistency obviously is key. But,
absolutely,
you know, you could be as consistent as you want and be trash, you know? Because if you hand something to Hove, my nigga, he plays it. I'm pretty sure you got about a minute. Generous.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
That shit don't grab you immediately.
Immediately. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the talent. You can't hand Hove no bullshit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? All right. So, the internship at Bad Boy. So after that, right? How long were you there anyway? I didn't even ask that.
Probably had to been a month.
Yeah, so it was quick, fast.
But every day was like me living my dream, though. Every day within that month was like I'm walking in the Bad Boy office. Like,
did you ever see Puff?
Of course.
Oh man,
of course I did. Yeah.
Damn, yo, I've never seen Puff in real life.
Yeah. But honestly, like, this shit was so crazy. This was my dream. Like, even when I was in high school, like, I was sitting like front row at the Grammys as a seat filler. You know what I mean? So I had already seen these guys. Like, my first time ever going to Grammys, like, the first famous person I saw at the Grammys was Jay-Z.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it was
snap.
Yeah, so it was like, this shit, I always was just drawn to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, this shit was, even when I could be in the middle of nowhere, like, I'm gonna figure it out type shit. You know what I mean?
Right. So after the Bad Boy internship, and obviously you're still motivated by the music industry, you're still motivated by, you know, Cole and everybody that you've met. Like, how did you get your foot back in after that?
Okay, so basically we're just following and learning everything that Cole and his team, Ebe, everybody's doing. And then we would go to, you know, his album release parties. And another thing that I learned is, I think it was Friday Night Lights. This is just Cole is probably one of the most humble and just like genuine people ever that I've ever met. Like, I would go to these St. John's parties and like no one would know me. I'm always like the friend's friend. You know what I mean? I didn't go to college, so like I didn't go to that school. So like we go to the parties. I don't expect the people to know me, but being that I had a relationship with him, like, you know, you walk into a party and like even though nobody knew me, he'd be the one like, hey, what's up? You here, DJ? What's cracking? You know what I mean? And just try to make me feel comfortable. So like, I would go to these parties and shit. I go to support him and everything that he was doing. I mean, we had a show at Gallery Bar with the live band. This is even before he was signed. Just trying to just be in the mix, you know?
Yeah.
And once he was out of here, like Blueprint 3 type shit, I'm like, all right, cool. Like I would like chase down productions that I saw in Manhattan. So like if I saw niggas was shooting a commercial or a movie in the city, I would like go on the set and I try to figure out like who I need to meet and shake hands with in order to like get a production job or whatever the case. So I'm over here doing that. And then I'm chilling and I go on World Star and I see this video and it says Mr. Blue Sky and it's my nigga that I know personally, 360. And I'm like, yo, this nigga's out of here. This video looks undeniable. Like, nah. Like,
crazy.
I'm not about to get, like, I'm about to hit my nigga and I'm about to tell him, like, bro, I'm fucking with you and put me on type shit. You know what I mean?
Right. What a time.
You know what I mean? Because the Cole thing, he was out of here already. It was like, I couldn't really, like, be a part of the Dreamville team. Like, because them niggas was already gone. Them niggas was on the tour with Jay-Z. Like, you know what I mean? So it was me like, all right, you know what? Well, this is my dude and I know what I could bring to the table. So I'm going to lock in with 60. I already talked to him all the time. So it was like, bro, I saw the video you just dropped. It's on World Star. The shit doing numbers. What's good, nigga? Like, I need to help out wherever. I don't give a fuck,
Yeah,
nigga.
what could
I'm
I
helping.
do?
Like, what? Let me know what I could do. And he was
Right.
like, what, nigga? Hell yeah, nigga, you my
Right.
nigga. And you know, anybody that
Right.
knows 60, like, or 360, I'm gonna look him up. 360 is music, is his Twitter and Instagram
Right.
and all that. Look him up. His music is fire. He got songs with Freddie Gibbs, Jada Kiss, all that shit.
Word.
So like, he's like, what, nigga? And he loved Cali. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
who
Kobe
says
was his
it?
favorite. Kobe was his favorite basketball player. Like, if he used to do hair at headquarters, and he'd have the little band, the headband,
Yes.
and you knew his booth because his booth had the Laker headband on it. Like, he loved Cali. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was
Still
like,
does.
yeah, he was like, oh, you my Cali nigga? Hell yeah, nigga. I'll let you know whatever I need. Like, I'm gonna tap in with you. You know what I mean? And so I stayed on his bumper, and I was like, bruh, whatever you need, like, I'm on it, bro.
Right.
And so basically he gave me an opportunity to really help out and help shoot his videos.
Yeah.
And even like our relationship grew because he saw like I was a genuine individual and I
Yeah.
wanted to genuinely help him with his with everything that he had going
Right.
on. And I would see him at a lot of Cole events as well. You know what I mean? I remember there
Yeah.
was like the what is it? One of Cole's mixtape releases. It was like a picture with like me, him, and Karen Civil. Like we all was just out here. Everybody just had a dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You seeing all these people and everybody just is building and growing at the same time.
Mhm.
Everybody's just so hungry. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he saw it and he knew it wasn't cap with me. He knew it was real shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Facts.
he gave me an opportunity to really help him out and build his brand, you know? And that's how I
Yeah.
really was able to build with Strife. Strife was involved as
Likewise.
well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So I don't know, like it was just crazy to be able to have another shot at really trying to get towards my dream, you know?
Yeah. Listen, I was there. You know
I
what
already
I'm
know you
saying?
was there.
I was outside. And one thing about 60 that I always love, like he's just such a good nigga. Like, you know what I'm
Facts.
Most
saying? Like
definitely.
60 put me in rooms that I ain't need to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason for me to be here, but you know what I'm saying? It was always all the love. And you know, with DJ coming out here and 60 just being like, yo, hell yeah, like that's so him. You know what I mean?
Word. Shout out
That's
to
so
60,
him.
man.
What's up, 60? All right. So now 60's music started coming out. I'm still a huge fan of Drink and Celebrate. That's my shit.
Yeah.
That's still bangs.
You got to play that any New Year's Eve party. That
Yes.
shit's
Facts.
going up.
Any celebration, birthday, New Year's, like I love that song and I love the video. The video's like so Queens, like so all right. So I remember around that time, 60 had put out a couple projects and we did some shows. I think he did SOBs. That was like my favorite.
Yeah,
Let me
SOBs.
tell you something. Like in general, I love SOBs. Like
Facts.
as a venue.
Legendary venue.
Yes,
Yeah.
legendary. Like I
Their layouts
always,
is crazy.
yes, like I always have the best time there. The drinks always slap. Like just downstairs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Once you
Well,
go downstairs,
the thing is about SOBs is like SOBs is one of those venues where like it lets the industry know like this nigga's next.
hell
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I went to I got a funny story about this shit, yo. So like there was a point where I was like I would buy up all the damn tickets. So I saw that there was a 2 Chainz show at SOBs and he was just on the Breakfast Club and I'm like, yo, this nigga's out of here.
Yeah.
Like, SOBs only has like a 300 capacity there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm buying all the goddamn tickets. Like, I'm buying all them shits. So I buy all the tickets for the 2 Chainz show, and I'm at this nigga 60's crib, and this nigga Beat Out is there, and he's chilling, and I'm like, yo, I got all these 2 Chainz tickets. Little did I know that this show was a Rap Radar show.
Mhm.
So as I whip the tickets out, this nigga Dot's like, yo, this nigga's scalping my personal show, my nigga. Like,
the
what are you,
fuck?
like, you scalping my show,
It's
bro?
me, bro.
But I'm just so tapped in. Like,
Wow.
I'm so tapped into the game that I already know, like, who's about to be next. So it's
Right.
like, and I made hella money off that show, by the way. And so I'm pretty much like, yeah, I got all these tickets to the show.
Mhm.
And he's like, bruh, like, you scalping my shit. But just to get back to the point, SOBs is one of them venues where once you sell that shit out, the whole industry is pretty much like looking at you like, all right,
Yeah,
well,
that is a
you
fact.
sold out
Your
That is
SOB.
a fact.
these offers,
Right.
like these label offers are probably going to start coming in. Because I remember when Cole sold out SOBs, he was out of here after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was
Yeah.
real. It was one of them shits where when we saw 60 sell out SOBs, we knew like there was a lot of positive shit coming soon. You know what I mean?
Right. I was there at that show at SOBs. yo, honestly, that's when I was like, yo, this nigga out of here. Like,
Facts.
you know what I'm
It was a
saying?
dope ass show.
Yo, it was such a good vibe. Like
Word.
the venue itself is like vibes, but the fact that it really was like so crazy in there
Yeah.
that night. You know what I'm
It
saying?
wasn't even just the simple fact that like it was sold out. It was the fact that like it was sold out and everybody was singing
Everybody
every word.
enjoyed
Every word,
themselves.
yeah.
Like literally, like everybody really came to like drink and celebrate, nigga.
Facts.
Like
You
for
know what I
real.
mean?
Right.
I think all the Queens was in SOBs that
Nigga,
night.
what?
Oh, yeah,
It
of
was-
course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Queens was in the
Queens
building that
was
night.
crazy
Heavy.
in there. For real, I was looking around. I was like, "Oh shit! Like, what's going on? Like, I ain't want to see you ever again in my life, but I guess you here now."
Sade saw some people in there she did not want to see.
Absolutely, I was like, "Nah, my name ain't even Sade." Like,
Call me
son.
S-Class.
Yeah, absolutely,
What?
550. Right?
Yeah.
But yo, that show was awesome. But speaking of 2 Chainz, can I tell you?
Yeah.
2 Chainz is probably like my top 3 concerts I've ever been to.
So 2 Chainz is
Top
fire.
3. Yo, I went to a 2 Chainz show. Oh my God, what's that venue's name? I think begin with an R. Damn.
Roxy?
No, not the Roxy.
Oh, that's in LA. I'm tripping.
Or Webster Hall.
Webster
or one
Hall.
of them
Webster
shits.
Hall.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
One.
Something. One of them shits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was like a small venue. And this is when he came out with, what was that? Based on a true story. That's when that album
Okay.
dropped.
Okay.
And yo, we got some tickets to this shit. Me and like a little group of friends, we went there. Yo, when I tell you, we was in that bitch like it was summer jam, nigga.
Going
Like
crazy.
going nuts, full blown. And yo, I had the best time there. It was like one of my favorite
That
shows.
mixtape was fire too.
Yes.
Like that shit's a classic
What?
mixtape.
I love it. But like one of my favorite things really is concerts. Like I love tours. I love concerts. Damn, I'm trying to think of like another one of my favorite. What was your favorite concert?
All right. So from that question, you mean like a concert or like a tour? Like, what do you mean exactly?
Well, I mean, a concert can be like a tour, right?
Well, yeah.
Kind of. Well, like the best show you ever been to in a stadium or something, or MSG or something. I don't know.
Nah, this one was actually in DC, but I would say the Diplomatic Immunity Tour. Like
You
just
saw
seeing,
Dipset at DC?
I went to
Wow.
I went to high school in VA. So
Okay,
like
okay.
that album came out in high school, and my older brother was living with me in VA and shit. So obviously I went with him, and man,
It was crazy.
seeing Dipset was like seeing the Avengers, bro. Like that shit was fucking fire.
Yeah, man.
Like or seeing like Fantastic Four and like Joel Santana was like motherfucking Flame dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was.
Yo, Dipset's legendary. I've seen Dipset a couple times, but not like a Dipset concert. Like they were a part of something else. Like I think they did this show one time. Damn, I don't remember what it was. I think it could have been like one of those radio shows.
Okay.
Where there's like multiple artists.
Yeah.
I think it was at the Barclays. I'm not too sure, but they came out there. Fab was there. The Lox was there. 50 Cent was there.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
like
this
the,
is like
the
two,
radio
like,
shows,
yeah, like 2-3
like
years
a Hot
ago.
97 or Power 105 type shit.
Yeah, something like that. But one of my other favorite shows, favorite, but I think this was like the one I was like most turned up at.
Okay.
Was Travis Scott. Yo,
Wow.
I saw Travis Scott twice.
Travis Scott show.
Which one? Which one? You talking about the rodeo or we talking about Astro? Yeah, Astro
World,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Don't tell me you was one of them motherfuckers on the ground fucking throwing elbows, bleeding.
Nah, but so I already knew what
Mosh
time
pits
it
and
was.
shit.
Yo, no, I already. Oh, I'm gonna tell you a story about some mosh pit shit.
Okay.
But I already knew what time it was. I'm like, I know it's Travis Scott. I already know it gets crazy. And usually, like, if I go to a concert, because see me, like, that's the type of things I like to do. Like, I like to go to shows. So, like, I'll spend $200, $300, $400 on concert tickets.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing that at dinner every weekend, like, you know what I'm saying, or like on clothes or something crazy. Like, I like music. I like festivals and shit, right? So, all right. So, long story short, so I already knew what time it was with the mosh pit shit. Normally, I would try to get like really good seats because that's what I do. So, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go on the floor. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the very first level up, but like the front row.
Yeah, we're gonna be. It's front row, but minus the elbows and blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We ain't gotta be that close.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yo, let me tell you, when Sicko Mode came on, bro, I have never seen so much violence. Like, they chose violence. I'm looking, but you know what? But it was sick though, because I was just like, I'm some old head now. So I'm like, yeah, I remember when I was that age. And I seen just like a bunch of young niggas wild. And I was like, yeah.
You was living through them?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, get crazy. But, my knees hurt too much to be standing all night. I need to seat. You know what I'm saying? But that show was lit. I also remember I went to a Usher tour. That was amazing. Oh my gosh.
See, that's what I was gonna mention because my first concert ever was the 8701.
What?
Yeah, my first concert in the world.
You don't have to call that
shit. That was my first concert ever. And I think Nas opened up for him. So he in there singing one mic. But at that particular time, we was all Team Hove. So even though I like that song, I was in there with the ice grill. Like, nigga, fuck that. Like, what you talking about, nigga? But yeah, that's what I was going to say. But yeah, 80701 was fire.
Yo, my first show, oh my gosh. Let me tell y'all, my first concert or tour, whatever, that I ever went on. I don't even know if y'all remember it, but it was the Rock the Mic tour.
Rock the Mic.
See, I'm a dinosaur. Bro, it was a Rock the Mic tour.
That's a festival.
Well, no, it wasn't a festival. Okay. It was like, I think it was like a tour, but it was like a tri-state type of shit, I think it was.
Yeah.
Right. So this was at Jones Beach Theater.
Nice.
I believe it was, it was probably like 2003.
Oh, man.
2004, something like that.
Yeah.
And I just vaguely remember like, yo, mind you, that was where like I met my first like real boyfriend, by the way. I'm gonna tell you what he was wearing in a second so I can give you a picture of the time. But I remember Jay-Z was on that shit.
Okay.
Fucking Eminem was there.
Yeah. Nice.
Lloyd Banks, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Like it was that type of energy. Yeah. It was like very,
and mind you, all these niggas was in their prime at this time.
Exactly.
Lloyd Banks couldn't do no wrong.
Fire.
Yeah.
It was so fire. So real quick, so I went to the concession stand or whatever, go get drinks and stuff. So I was mad young, bro. I think I was maybe like 15, 16 or something like that. My mom took me. It was me, my sister, we brought a friend, and my mom.
Okay.
So all three of us, like the girls, we went to go get food. So I bumped into this dude. And this was when I was like in my Spanish dude phase. Like, bro, I like, give me a little Dominican joint, right? So I see the Spanish dude and he was like mad short, bro. And this was the time when niggas was taking the Air Forces and like painting them.
Yup.
So
Queen shit.
Right. Right.
I was heavy in that.
Right.
Era.
So he had a Celtics jersey on with white Air Forces, but he painted the check green.
You were sold.
Yo, exactly. I was like, oh, say less. And then this was also the time when niggas was like painting their jeans.
Airbrush.
Yeah, like the airbrush type shit.
I was heavy in the airbrush.
My boy had on the he had like lightning strikes on the jeans. But remember those like pinstripe denim?
Okay.
What was it, like a Nietzsche or some shit? What was it? Rockaware or something like that. But he had the pinstripe denim with the lightning.
Yeah, lightning bolt going.
I was like, oh, this nigga valid. But yeah, that was, oh my God, I had so much fun. That was like my first like concert. And that's when I knew, I was like, yo, this is my shit. Like a night out for me. Yeah. Like, yo, a concert for me is like a bomb ass date. Like fire. But back to 360, because we was talking about that. Now, like around that time, you guys obviously started pushing the music crazy, music videos and stuff like that. So I always say like Drink and Celebrate is one of my favorite videos. But tell me like your favorite video and kind of how it came about.
So I appreciate that Drink and Celebrate is one of your favorite videos because that's one of the ones that I'm actually in. So make sure y'all go check that shit out. You go see me in the background, you know what I mean, doing a two-step.
Thanks.
But my personal favorite videos out of 60 was what was it? Own Thing is dope. Own Thing looks like
that's like my favorite song.
Yeah, Own Thing.
Oh my God, I love that song.
Own Thing looked like $1 million video.
Jadakiss, yeah.
Well, no, that's the Own Thing remix.
Oh, the original version.
Yeah. But look, Own Thing is fire because that let me know like the level we could take it to. Yeah. But Own Thing remix, like that you just mentioned, that is my personal favorite.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that video took us like 8 months to shoot. You know what I mean? Like that
shit wasn't easy.
It was not easy, and it looks like we spent $1 million on this shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So good. It was like great quality, like for the time, especially.
Absolutely.
Like it was professional.
So basically, Freddie Gibbs is in the video. Jadakiss is in the video. It's a concept video. So basically, you pretty much, in order to really get the story, you got to watch Own Thing, the regular Own Thing, And then you after that watch Own Thing remix. So it's pretty much like Own Thing, the regular Own Thing. They have him like in the room and they're interrogating him, and it's some bullshit. The little Fed nigga is interrogating him, and then an Own Thing remix. We run down on the Fed nigga and we throw this nigga in the trunk
like
and we like,
part
nigga,
two.
fuck you talking about,
Right.
nigga. We ain't scared of the feds either, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
Right.
So basically, but we took our time. Like we obviously could have rushed it, but we knew how important it was. We had 2 major features and we was like, bro, we're gonna take our time. And I personally think that was the illest video to drop in that particular year. The only one that gave us a run for our money was what's that nigga's name? Not even nigga, but what Macklemore.
You talking about his main record or the big video one that he did?
The big one that had the drones is like it's the
Can't Hold Us.
Can't Hold Us. Can't Hold Us.
That was like a mini movie.
Yeah, Can't Hold Us was number 1, but Own Thing remix is number 2.
Yeah,
period.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but the thing is, them niggas spent $1 million and we did not spend $1 million.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
So
Big
if you're
difference.
talking about a budget, we had the number 1 video that fucking year personally, my nigga.
Right.
Facts.
And that's not biased. If y'all check it out, y'all will agree. Like that video was fire, and it took us 8 months to complete it. But it was dope as fuck. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I played a major part in when it took to like working personally with the director, and we basically was like working together with like coming up with different shots and angles and shit like that.
Word.
And I remember that after we released the video, I got a text from B-Dot and he was like, bro, like I just want to just give you a moment. I just want to shout you out for like the work you put in on this shit. You know what I mean? And knowing that nigga, like he's not gonna reach out and just say no shit for cap. Like that let me know like that he really fucking meant the shit that he said.
And you was moving in the right direction.
Absolutely not. I was moving in the right direction.
Exactly.
You know?
And that opened a lot of doors. So I wanted to get in really like my favorite part of this whole story was kind of when everything came full circle. And we was talking about how you guys got into the Crenshaw Tour. That was 2013.
Absolutely. So like what we did is we was once this nigga 60 sold out SOBs, it was like, all right, the industry was on deck. They knew like we not playing. He has a good team behind him, and that we ready. Like we next up type shit. You know what I mean? So he started doing Webster Hall, and we basically was doing like a New York run. We had New York in a headlock. Niggas is up next type shit. You feel me?
Right.
Matter of fact, we even went down to was a Hampton University. We started doing shows down there, and that's when while we were driving down there to do a show at Hampton, that's when we realized that the Crenshaw mixtape had dropped.
Right.
So we driving, and mind you, this nigga 60's driving. He a New Yorker driving, so I'm in the back, afraid, terrified.
Right.
Like I'm screaming at this nigga in the front, like nigga, drive straight, nigga. I'm scared, nigga. I'm so scared. Like nigga, do not.
Expert driver though.
Mind you, if you
Expert
listening to
driver.
my voice, do not let a New Yorker drive. If there's anybody else,
Wow.
y'all don't know how to drive, bro.
Come on
Throwing
now.
mad shade.
No shade,
Y'all
bro.
on highway over there.
No shade, but
Y'all all
I'm
cruising.
We're going 90 miles an hour, but we cruising. But I was just so afraid. This nigga could not drive, bro. And so we like, I'm in the back seat, just terrified, bro. I even had to go to sleep because I was like, yo, this nigga is
That's the worst
scaring
when you
me.
gotta force yourself to sleep because you're so scared.
If I wake up at the pearly gates, then he crashed. If I don't, then we made it. Like, fuck it. But so we listened to the Crenshaw Tour. We was big fans, and I have to mention this, like, so this nigga 60 had a relationship with Cole, or not Cole, but he had a relationship with Nip, because I remember Nip was on the same what was it, double XL freshman?
Yeah, the freshman cover.
Yeah, freshman cover. And so my little brother and 60 and Dot was hanging out with each other, and they ended up meeting up with Nip at Cafeteria in New York.
Oh my God, I love Cafeteria. The meatloaf.
It's fire.
Yeah, dead fire. Go ahead.
You go pull up to Cafeteria at 3 a.m. and have a gourmet meal with a drink and a...
No, Cafeteria was the spot back in the day. All right, go ahead. I want to listen.
So this nigga hit me and he's like, bro, like, we just linked up with Nip. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, bro, we just linked up with Nip. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then the very next day I saw him at SOBs because Nip pulled up at J. Cole's show at SOBs. So I'm like, that's nuts. So basically, I already knew that they had a relationship. So basically, I'm like, yo, actually, Strife, you want to tell the story? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I think sometime y'all had went to South by Southwest.
Yep.
Met up with Nip, Absol, TD, and all that shit. So
Facts.
I remember just chilling with 60, and again, the Crenshaw mixtape just dropped, and 60 was like, "Yo, these niggas is gonna go on tour." So I said, "Hold up, but if you've been meeting up with Nip all this time, just ask him, nigga." He's like, "Man, you can't just ask anybody like that. There's an industry way of doing it." I'm like, "Nigga, you will have his contact. Just ask him and see what he say. The worst is gonna be no. It's not like you don't have a track record, right?"
Yeah.
Yo, I swear to you, he asked him. 10 minutes later, he get an email, I get an email. And it literally says, "Yo, let it be known 360's on the East Coast tour." And gave us 30 dates. So me and him bugging out like, holy shit, like this shit is really happening.
Word.
So after that, we just started going on like Google, be like, all right, yo, we gotta get transportation. So we gotta get the tour bus and shit. All right, who's gonna fucking drive and shit to all these cities and shit? You know what I'm saying?
So funny.
Like, but niggas was really planning this shit. So it was like, yo, yes, the track record speak for itself, but some things in the universe is gonna only come to you so close. You just gotta be on the other side to just go ahead and grab it.
Yeah, you gotta catch it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So,
and I remember like once we did get confirmation that that we were going to be on the Nipsey Hussle, the Crenshaw Tour.
Crazy.
So that was like, all right, well, we need a bus.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. You know what's crazy? At that time, I was like, yo, I'm going on tour with y'all, right?
Yeah.
And 60 was like, all right, we're going to be out for like a week or like 2 weeks or something crazy.
It was really a month.
It was really a month.
Well, I was told first, but I knew there was a possibility because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like traveling and stuff. So, I like chickened out like last minute. I was like, nah, man, I can't be away from my daughter that long. Like, it's crazy, right? But one of the biggest regrets, bro. I should have just fucking went, man.
Yeah, I get it.
But okay, so on that tour, what was the city that was like the livest show? Like that you could be like, yo, this was the one.
That's an easy question to answer, but I gotta mention this one little topic before I even answer that.
Mm-hmm.
We was looking for a tour bus.
Oh my God.
And we needed a bus, and we was like, yo, how we gonna get a bus? Da 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 da. And like, this nigga 60 like, yo, roll with me. I got some people that could get us a bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever, let's go. And we go to Long Island, and it was these mafioso niggas, right? It was we met these niggas at a diner, right? And it was straight mafioso. Like, these niggas look at me in my eyes like, if anything happens to the bus, this is gonna be your problem. And I'm like, looking at 60 like, why did you invite me to this shit, nigga? Right. I'm scared. And these niggas, but thank God nothing happened to the bus.
Thank God.
But we went on the Crenshaw tour, and okay, we started our run in Ohio, and then I wasn't gonna tell the story, but I'm gonna tell it, being that I was telling you this. So as soon as we get on the tour, we pull up, and we're good. We're going into sound check, and we're walking into sound check. Nip's on the stage, and he's like, yo, check 1 2, check 1 2, turn it up a little bit more. Turn it up. Check.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just standing. We're like, wow, that's Nip. We're lit. We're on the tour.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, it just turned into some gangbang shit. He's like, yo, check. Hey, nigga, Rollo, turn it up. Make sure that nigga got the volume right, bro. And the niggas the niggas that are in the venue are like, yo, you can't turn it past a certain amount. You might blow the speakers. Like, we can't. Nigga, hold on. Turn the shit up, nigga.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me, nigga. Y'all niggas work for us tonight, nigga. Turn that shit the fuck up, nigga. Stop playing with me, bro. And it's like, nigga, I'll come off this stage right now and slap the shit out of you, nigga. Hey, Rollo, take a picture of where it's at right now. If them niggas turn it down, we gonna fuck these niggas up in here, bro.
Yo, that's smart for him to say that right then and there to take a picture.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it was like, Nip really cared about the experience that his fans was gonna get.
Right.
These niggas in this venue may not give a fuck about us or our show or whatever. They may think, oh, just some niggas here and they're just gonna do blah, blah, blah. Bruh, no. I care about the quality of show that I'm giving to my fans, bro. And I will slap the dog shit out of any of these niggas if you guys jeopardize the quality of show that I'm giving to my niggas, bro.
Yeah.
And so that made us understand, like, bro, damn, if Nip taking this shit so serious, we need to take this shit serious, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we get to Ohio and we do the show or whatever. And just let us know, like, bro, we need to take this shit fucking serious, bro.
Mhm.
We got this van we got this bus that if we crash, it's
Mhm.
over for me. It's over for it's
Yeah.
over for a lot of niggas.
Mafioso.
Yeah, you know what I
Coming
mean?
for
Like this
you.
shit is dead ass serious. You know what I mean? We live in our dreams. We on a tour, a major tour, and like, you know what I mean? Like this shit is dead ass serious. But the most lit city on the Crenshaw Tour, in my personal opinion, at least while we was there, because I did hear that Houston was lit too, but we wasn't on that show, was Boston.
Oh,
Boston was
okay.
like a Crip family reunion. Like every Crip that was in Boston got an email like, nigga, pull up to the show, bring your blue rag.
Yeah, it's lit tonight.
Yeah, like in the front of the stage, you couldn't see nothing but blue rags flagging. Just
What?
just blue rags. Just the whole first 3 rows of the show, just nothing but blue rags. I'm like, damn, this is a Crip family reunion.
Wow.
And like they was lit. And it was so lit. And mind you, my stupid ass, I wear a red bubble jacket that night. I'm wearing a red bubble. And you know what I mean? Just because I'm mean, bro. I'm from Inglewood, 104th Street. You know what I mean? So like, I'm me, bro. And I don't gangbang, but that's where I was raised.
Yeah.
And like, I'm there with all these blue rags flying and all that. And this nigga Nip does fly cripping 3 times in a row.
No.
Just to show love to the niggas, because they came out so hard
though.
in that night.
Yeah.
And so we got like, I'm in the back and I'm standing next to 60 and shit, and he getting mad love from all these Crip niggas. So they walking up giving this nigga a handshake, but they look at me in my eyes like, yeah, y'all some real niggas, but yeah, what's up, nigga? What's cracking, nigga? Yeah, you already know what's up, nigga. And I'm just I'm in my bubble jacket with the red bubble, like this nigga Nip about to get me jumped tonight, bro. Like I guarantee you,
like,
bro.
I just want to stay warm.
Like, I'm gonna go hang out on the bus, guys. I'm just gonna hang out on the bus.
Right.
Yeah. But honestly, like, Boston was the littest night, but I think we might have had the most fun in Miami though.
Oh my God. Miami is always a vibe.
Miami was so lit because like we didn't even we usually was about our business. Like we wasn't even trying to party. We wasn't dealing with no groupies. Like we was about our business. Like when it comes to us doing a show, we would do our show. We would watch Nip. We would take in everything and learn everything from their particular show. But that night we would drive to the next city. Like we wouldn't stay in that city. So we would usually it would be like a 5-hour drive in between cities. So we would just drive to the next city or whatever have you. But with Miami, none of us communicated. We never said like, oh, we're gonna get turned up tonight.
Yeah.
We didn't say like da 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 da.
But niggas had the side eye.
But when we got to Miami, every nigga was blacked out after the show.
Nigga.
Of course.
It's the palm trees. Once you see
You
that,
can't
it's
get
over.
it. The minute I get off the flight in Miami, I'm lit.
Yeah.
Drunk. Like I'm like air drunk, bro.
Yeah.
The next morning after the Miami show, everybody needed an IV. Like we needed fluids, my nigga.
Yeah.
We was wildin'.
Nah, Miami is like, I said this on another show too, but Miami is like one of my favorite places. But you know what's so lit about Miami too is that like it feels, well, you know what? It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's like, it's classic, right? So it feels like kind of young because it's like party time, but then also it's like kind of like an old city, you know? So yeah, man, like I love Miami. All right, so Miami was like the second favorite show, but what was the worst show on that tour?
Good question. Good question.
So the worst show on the tour had to be probably Howard Theater in DC. That shit was kind of weird.
Why?
I don't know, like, you know, this nigga 60 is a Queens nigga. Like he come out screaming Queens and all that, you know what I mean? Like
right.
He let niggas know he from New York, but a lot of niggas in the crowd, they was hating for some reason. Like them niggas just was like,
damn.
I went to high school in the DMV, DC, Maryland, VA. DC niggas don't like New York niggas, yo.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like ACG Boots versus Tim's, yo. Like,
what? But why? Yo, I feel like everybody low key be trying to, you know,
comfort them.
Yeah, kind of comfort them, but also low key be, you know, they want that New York
shit.
swag.
Yeah,
like there's nothing like a New York nigga ever.
And you know what's funny is like it wasn't even really the worst show because the shit ended up in our favor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like it was just it was just real peculiar. Like, so basically this is what happened. This nigga 60 was doing his show, and he's in the middle of his set, and there's just like a weird ass nigga in the crowd, like a weird nigga.
Oh, a heckler.
A heckler, yeah.
Heckler.
And like this nigga is like, he was like a blogger type nigga, so he had his phone out, and he was like trying to hate, and he had his phone, right? He's like, yo, look at this nigga, da 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 da. Look at the Thames, this nigga from New York, da da da. Fuck this nigga. And 60's in the middle of his set. And he's like, yo, what's the fuck? Like, he addressed the nigga like, nigga, what's your problem? Nigga, get the fuck back. Nigga, like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, you being weird.
You a weirdo, nigga. And then the nigga was like, had his phone out or whatever. And he's like, look at this nigga. He's trying to hate, right? And this nigga 60 from the stage, bro. He walked to the edge of the stage, and the nigga had his phone extended, like, trying to, like, play this nigga. This nigga 60 punted his phone, kicked it all the way to the back of the venue.
Absolutely.
Like, nigga, fuck, what are you talking about, nigga?
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing is, like, we literally was about to jump in the crowd and kill this nigga, bro. Like, we was about to go crazy on this nigga, bro.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And it's so funny because, like, this nigga phone went flying. He definitely lost his phone that night. And basically, that was it. Like, that was just some weird shit. But we ended up laughing about it later. Like, that shit was funny. I think we even threw it in the vlog. Like, that goofy shit that this nigga was doing. But that had to have been, like, the worst shit that we encountered. You know what I mean? Right. Some weird nigga.
But, like,
shit.
just being on a tour like that is just amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Especially, like, looking back, it was like, that was such an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? To be with Nipsey and, like, just to see today, like, how much he has influenced, you know, the culture.
I'm very blessed because, like, I've probably seen about 30 different shows of Nip, bro. Like, I've never been to a show and seen more of individual artists. So we literally was able to watch his show day in and day out, and I'm just very blessed. Yeah. So I thought that was dope. Like, I thought that was exciting. That was dope.
What was, like, your biggest memory from that particular tour?
My biggest memory. There was a moment. There's like a moment that we, like, me and all of our guys shared on the tour. And it was like a little sentimental moment. I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. So, like, Nip has this song and it's called Don't Take No Days Off.
Okay.
And the hook goes, my nigga, I used to dream, and my reality's a dream now. My nigga used to dream, my reality's a dream now. I'm living out my dreams now. I'm living out my dreams now. And so what we would do is when we knew that Nip was about to perform that record, everybody that was we would be a part of our team. Like, we would go and we'd find each other and we'd put our arms around each other, and we would just be, like, so excited that we were there on the show. And like, we would just be, like, listening, and we would just watch it, and we would sing those words, you know what I mean? Like, because we were really living our dreams type shit.
Yeah.
And that, for me personally, I might be sentimental nigga, New Cali nigga. But, like, that was the best time for me. Like, it was me, it was Najee, it was 60, you know what I mean? And, like, we would just put our arms around each other and we would sing those words, and we was just literally living our dreams. And, like, that shit really meant a lot to me. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That shit really meant a lot to me. That was the best times that of mine that we had on that tour, was when he would perform that song, and we would go and we'd find each other and we would fucking just sit there and watch him and just learn and just listen to him perform that song.
Oh, shout out to Nip, man. We miss you, man.
Yeah.
Like,
R.I.P. Nip.
Seriously.
Love you, bro. I cried when that shit happened, bro.
But I think one thing that stayed is his, like, work ethic. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And I think that's something, I think that's probably, like, the number one thing that people got from just him in general.
The work ethic.
Exactly. But for you to be in a position where you're actually seeing him work, you know what I mean? And on top of that, 30 shows, I mean, that's a lot of shows. You know what I mean? So throughout this time, you know, you're also seeing progression. So as far as work ethic goes, like, what do you think was the biggest gem you took from, you know, watching somebody like him, knowing where he came from, right? But watching somebody like him, you know, go up there every day, like, you know, progress. Like, what was the biggest, you know, gem you took from watching him during that time?
My biggest gem was just watching him be a boss. Like, watching him with his team and orchestrate everything. And when it came to the clothing, when it came to the touring, when it came to him still putting out projects, it was just watching him, because he's only 1 year older than me. So it's like, you're not looking at it like, oh, this nigga's an old man doing it. Like, no, this nigga's damn near my age.
Yeah.
And he's leading all these people, you know what I mean? And he's fucking showing these people like how he can these niggas could build $1 million business, and he's only a year older than me. So I can't, like, I'm not gonna count myself out of that shit. Like, I could put myself in his position and be like, bro, this is something I can do as well. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when we got on tour and we saw Fats, and he was running the merch booth, RIP Fats. And we're like, yo, the merch nigga got a rollie.
Yeah.
Like the merch nigga lit, bro. The merch nigga out of here.
On.
You know what I mean? Everybody's happy. Everybody's on. Everybody's playing their role. You know what I mean? And like, let's keep it a bean. 60s team was on point.
Yeah.
Like, we was on point.
Yeah.
But we were able to learn from another team that was even more on point than us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Niggas definitely move militant. You know
yeah. So it was like, we may be the example for others, but they were the example for us. And they showed us that, like, even though we're on point, we can be more on point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, it's crazy because, like, just speaking about being on point, like traveling, and you know how it is, you know, in today's day and age, like when you a rapper, it's like you got a target on you, just regardless, right? So, like, what did you learn as far as like how to move from him and his team, being that they was more established at the time?
Well, not even just that they were more established, but I mean, you got to understand, this dude's a gang member.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's going to be issues that are going to come across to him that are just like, we may not even have to deal with. So the thing was, like, this is what I learned. I learned this crazy because, like, you do not hire security in, like, you go to Detroit. Do not hire Detroit security, because Detroit security is gonna be Trick's little brother, and if he want to rob you, nigga, you're done, nigga.
Yeah.
So fucking have your own security, my nigga. Have some security that you trust, that's from your hood. And, like, basically, you travel with your own security. Don't not pull up and hire them niggas security. That's a great tip. Do not hire local security, because local security will line you up, nigga. So have your own security.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, that's a very good tip.
Have your own security, because these niggas will line you up. So Nip always had his own personal security, his people that he trusted. He moved around with. He was not rocking with y'all niggas security. Y'all niggas security could be the extra niggas, but the nigga that's gonna be around me is gonna be my people that I trust.
You being at the shows and traveling along with him and seeing the crowd, right? Because you're on the other side now. Like, what was his presence like on stage? And were you able to see the growth at that time? Like, did you see, like, wow, like, he's a superstar? You know what I mean? Like, this is special from the reactions of the crowd.
Yeah, like, I was able, honestly, like, I saw the growth on the Crenshaw tour, but the growth that I really saw was when I ended up moving back to Cali.
Yeah.
And I was able to be real close with the team after that. And he was really working on Victory Lap. So that's when I really was able to see the growth, because I ended up starting to do concerts and starting to throw concerts. And so basically my first concert I ever threw was with Nipsey. So I'm able to see these guys. And when he ended up releasing Slauson Boys 2 like a week before I ended up doing my first concert with him. My first individual concert with him. And so basically, like, I was able to see the growth when it came to, like, the Crenshaw Tour. I saw that growth, but then I was able to see a lot more growth when like these shows afterward. You know what I mean? And I was able to have closer connections with his actual team. You know what I mean? He was building the actual Victory Lap album. That's when I saw the growth, and that's when I could even visualize it further. That's when I was like, yo, these guys are about to be in arenas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
these guys are about to be in
time.
full-blown arenas. And I would get sent, like, records with him and, like, John Legend. And I'll get sent, like, you know, not even just the record that came out with him in Cali. There's other records with him and John Legend. And, like, they would send me shit, and I'd just be like, bro, this dude's out of here.
Yeah.
Like, he's full-blown out of here.
Yeah.
Like, he's out of here. And that's when I could visualize, like, these guys are about to be in arenas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's when I really could see the growth.
So what's your favorite Nipsey song? I know there's so many.
So many.
There's so many. But you want to know, okay, I'll tell you one of mine.
I got one too.
One of mine.
Tell me y'all's, and then I'll tell you mine.
It's off Victory Lap. But this song, like, if I, you know, like, don't want to work, or like I'm being, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not motivated, I play All My Life. Been grinding all my life. Like, that's my shit right there. I love that song.
Yo, I got two. I got one from Victory Lap, and I got one from a different project. The one from Victory Lap, Blue Laces 2.
Yeah, that's a good record.
Yo, I
That's a storytelling
love
record.
that.
That's a movie.
That shit
Oh
feels like
my
it speaks to
God.
my soul. Like I listen to that record with my eyes closed, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like that shit,
Absolutely.
his cadence on it is excellent. The other one is I forgot the producer's name he did it with. Stuck in the Grind.
Yeah.
I like that record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
I like that record. But if I had to choose between the two, yeah, Blue Laces 2.
I love that song.
That shit's a movie, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like John Singleton he could shoot a movie for that one.
That's a
No,
fact.
that's a
R.I.P. John
fact.
Singleton, but that shit is a full-blown movie. My two, first and foremost, Don't Take No Days Off. That shit's in my heart forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Niggas was crying, hold each other.
Kumbaya.
Nigga
Word.
used to dream, my reality's a dream now. But the other two would be, and these two go into each other on the Victory Lap album. So this is like my favorite part of the album. It's Loaded Basses with CeeLo.
Yes. Okay. I love that one.
Okay.
And then Real Big. Real Big.
Real
yeah.
big. I
Nigga
love
do
that.
real big.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one's
yeah.
big for me too. I
Yeah.
love that.
Those two going into each other is like the sweet pocket of that album to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's when I knew that he was in his bag.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that shit was magic to me.
Yeah. No, that was different.
Yeah.
That was really different.
He has that shit where that music where you just get lost.
Yes. Oh,
You know,
that's a
It's
good way to
crazy.
put
It's
it.
like you get lost from the stress, but you just found within yourself type of thing. You know what
Like
I'm saying?
you floating almost.
Yeah.
You floating.
That's
you know?
what I mean by
and
that
his
eyes
voice.
closed, man. It's just like
Yeah.
You play those two records, let them go into each other, and
That's it.
you're not even here anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is that when artists do pass, I feel like, their fans or friends or family, like, there's ways to honor them, right? And kind of keep it going. Like, look, we've kept Biggie alive for
Longer than he's been alive.
Yeah, longer than he's been alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as far as Nipsey goes, and you being somebody who's been around him and, you know what I mean, has spoken to him, how do you feel like you honor him moving forward and keep him alive?
The way I honor Nip is just like being a real nigga, bro. Like staying down with the morals and how he lived. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the same type of time that he lived on, and just living by that.
Yeah.
Not being a weirdo. Knowing the type of person that he respected and being that person.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because he lived and died. Like they say that he died because he wasn't going to shake a fucking rat's hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's the type of time I'm going to be on, my nigga. Like he lived by these certain codes and I live by these certain codes, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to make him proud. And I made him proud while he was alive and I'm going to make him proud now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how I'm going to honor him. I'm not going to switch up and be a weirdo. Like I'm going to fucking be a real nigga.
Yeah. I think that is one of the biggest things. Like, just be real, bro.
Just
Be real
nigga.
about your shit. What about you, Stripe?
Nah, I definitely agree. As far as like, honoring Nip, I would say the work ethic and the innovation. Like, yo, I heard stories about him like learning Pro Tools, recording himself.
I did. Heard about that
You know
too.
what I'm saying? And I remember days when I was trying to learn it, mixing music and everything. Like, I ain't really go to no formal class on that. But just over time, just doing it and working out the kinks and shit like that until eventually I got people who want to give me money to mix their shit.
Absolutely.
And then building a business off of it and then building a name off of it. So, as far as being innovative, like I definitely give that to Nip because I heard so many things about him and it's just like, yo, like if you really think outside the box, but then also have the work ethic to achieve it, the shit could be yours.
What I could say is like, some people like they look at like niggas who gangbang and they be like, it's just all I see there is ignorance. I just see straight like ignorance. I just see niggas doing dumb shit.
And there's a whole story behind it.
But Nip showed you like, bro, I could be from this streets, I could be from this cloth, but you're not gonna see no ignorance in me, bro. You're gonna see calculation, you're gonna see strategic, and you're gonna see an intellectual person.
Right.
Like I think he kind of like transformed the image of gangbang. Like a lot of niggas may see gangbangers and they be like, oh, that's just like ignorance. But no, we gonna see gangbang, but we gonna see gangbang, but we gonna see it with a like
business owners,
business type shit.
Yeah.
Buying up real estate. Like, cause if we keeping it
like
the
Bean, mafia do.
If we keeping it the Bean, the shit really came from the Black Panthers.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it really came from us just protecting our own type shit. And Nip really, like, his chain was Malcolm X.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all ever saw Judas and the Black Messiah. That's like my favorite movie that dropped this year.
Right.
But that shit really gave me clarity as to like, yo, these niggas really like, we are under attack, bro.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And like we gotta let niggas know, like, this shit is not no ignorant shit. This shit is really just us protecting ourselves. And this shit is
Yeah.
really just us, like, we looking out for our own, bruh. And like, some people that are involved with this government may not really appreciate that, but we really gotta just look out for ourselves, bruh.
Yeah.
And Nip showed me that, like, bro, like, this nigga really, like, he showed me things in this world. Like, I've been at parties with Jay-Z because of Nip. You know what I mean? Like, he was rolling in the Puma jet. You know what I mean? Like, there's ill shit. He showed me things that, like, I didn't think I could obtain. And for him to go out like that shit is just crazy to me. But, like, it really gave me clarity to show, like, bro, like, that gangbang shit ain't just ignorance. Like, it's really just, like, people that, like, I don't know, just, like, fucking intellectuals, is however you want to take it. But Nip really changed the perspective of that shit. You know what I mean? He really changed the perspective of that shit. And he really made it to where, like, nah, you could be raised from this part of town, but you could still elevate the people around you.
Right.
And you can really use your voice to elevate the people all over the globe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I know little niggas that are like my little brother's friends, bro, that like, yo, these are the books that Nip was reading, and I'm reading them now.
Damn, see?
You know what I mean?
That's a powerful influence right there.
Like little crazy niggas that was ready to spin the block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're like, these are the books that he was reading, and they respect the realness, but they also respect the intellect. You know what I mean? And
that says so
that's the
much
clarity
more.
that it gave to me was that.
I think that's because they respect the realness first.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like, if he's reading that and we know where he came from, just like a situation that we came from, we gotta respect it because he elevated it and he did it in the way that we want to do it.
These real niggas, bro, these real young niggas, they not gonna respect no cornball, bro. But when they see a real nigga and he's really elevating his mind, he really buying up the block and he really talking that shit and moving how he talk, they're gonna respect that shit. And that's exactly what they doing.
And I think it says a lot more too, is because it's like, it's more than like, yo, I want to dress like you. I want to look like you. You know, I want my hair to be like yours. I want the chain you got. I want the car you drive. Like, I want to smell like you. Like, it's like, yo, I want to think like you. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
It's that vicarious living.
Yeah. It's like, yo, I want to process things the way that man processed them, you know? And that is something that I felt like he left behind, you know, was people wanting to elevate, you know? And I think that's something that if people really listen to him and, you know, really soak in like what he's saying, you know, he's able to shift things even after the fact.
It's one of the best ways you can honor him.
Yeah,
you know?
That's really it. Think like him. Yeah, think like him.
The best way you can honor him is by getting your shit together, starting a business, buying some real estate, and fucking moving right, bro.
And putting your peoples in position. Putting your
facts.
peoples in position. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they're going to know. And then they're going to put their peoples in position. And next thing you know, you got a whole community in position. You feel me? And that's how you do it. You know, at that time when he did pass away, I was actually in LA the week before. Remember? I linked up with DJ when I was out there. We was actually supposed to go to the marathon store, remember? We wound up going somewhere else. But how was the energy, you know, when people found out?
There's like pre-Nip alive and when he died, bro. It's like two different things. Like that shit is no different than 9/11. Like niggas know exactly where they were when they found out, bro.
Yo, that is a fact.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like me personally, I was at the crib. I was watching the last Zion game. Zion, who's playing basketball, and they was getting their ass bust by the Michigan State, I think, or whatever the case is, and watching the game. And then the game finally ended, and then I went over to the pool because we was barbecuing at my pool or whatever. And like I'm at the pool just chilling, and then my girlfriend at the time shows me the her cell phone, and it says that shit, you know, like Nip had been killed or Nip had been shot or whatever the case. And I'm like, I'm walking home, and the whole time I'm walking home, I'm just praying to God, like, this isn't real, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just praying the whole time, like, this isn't real. Please don't let this be real. Like, and I get to my phone because I left my phone because I needed to charge, and I got like 50 missed calls. You know what I mean? And one of my best friends is DJ VIP. he's Nipsey's DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And probably 10 of those missed calls is from him.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk every day. He's one of my best friends in the world. You know what I mean? And he needed me at that time. Like he just needed to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what to do, what to say. Like this shit was just too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all I could do is just get on my knees and pray, bro. You know what I mean? And it's like one of them situations where like I'll never forget where I was.
Yeah.
Because this is a person who just was like a big brother to me.
Mm-hmm.
And who was showing me things in this world that like that I never thought I would achieve. Like a couple months prior, we were celebrating him being nominated for a Grammy weekend.
Victory lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like we I think Hove had threw a concert for him at the Peppermint Grammy weekend. So we all was at the Peppermint Grammy weekend in Beverly Hills, and Nipsey was performing, and like it was just unbelievable because you knew that he was about like Hove was taking Nip under his wing at that time.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Hove was
You could
taking
see
him under his wing.
You can see it.
You could use the Puma Jet. You can do like, nigga, you're next, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm invested in you.
Mm-hmm.
So for that to happen, it just hurt me. It hurt me a lot, you know? And like, it just hurt OD, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So we were talking about his DJ though, DJ VIP, and you have VIP access.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted you to talk to me a little bit about that too.
Okay, let's get into it. So VIP access is, I'm gonna get into it.
Yes.
So basically, I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. We gonna keep it a bean, y'all.
Hello.
This is the Chillery Banks show.
Facts.
So I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all because Sade is my family.
Facts.
And y'all her family. So we gonna talk real.
We all family.
You feel me?
Okay.
So
wait, let me get the champagne. I got the bottle over here. We cracked it.
We could pop it if you want. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, let's go. Celebration time.
All right. So basically, all right, look, so I'm one of these niggas like when I was on the tour with Nip, Crenshaw Tour, I'm doing my thing. We on the like my dream coming true type vibe. But I was these niggas, I was still low-key in the streets, moving little pounds of weed, this, that, you know what I mean? And statute of limitations is already passed, so feds, it's a cold case, nigga.
Right.
But I'm doing my little thing out, you know, whatever. And I'm on the, like, so I'm basically on the road type shit. And niggas think that they could just, you know what I mean? They run off, niggas was running off with the pack. So I'm like, I'm kind of fucked up at the time. By the time we ended up ending the tour. So by the time the tour ended, I'm kind of fucked up. Like niggas is already ran off type shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I ended up moving back to Cali because I was like, you know what? I need to get my bread right. You know what I mean? Like, although things in the entertainment side are coming together and I'm really blessed, like in terms of my pockets was fucked up. Niggas was running off with the packs type shit. So I moved back to Cali. And I'm working just these regular ass jobs. Shouts out to Daryl, my nigga Daryl.
Hey, what up, Daryl?
Feel me?
Like,
Daryl, what's poppin'?
This nigga had plugged me with some people that was giving me a job type shit. And I'm working regular jobs type shit. But at the same time, I still got that drive and I still got that inspiration in order to really try to do what I need to do for the music business type shit. Now, as I'm doing these odd jobs in New York, I still have these relationships with artists and things like that in New York, or not in New York, but in Cali. As I'm doing these odd jobs in Cali, I still have these relationships with people in New York.
Yeah.
So I'm basically I'm contacting the club owners and I'm like, bro, like, what's up? You niggas need fucking such and such to pull up to the club. Like, I got the plug, nigga. Da 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 da. So I started booking artists to pull up to the club, and you know, just doing my little thing, you know what I mean? Pull up in the weekend, pull up in the club. Like, you need Ja Rule, you need whoever to pull up to the club. Like, I got you know what I mean? So I started dealing with these club owners, right? So that's when I started this company called VIP Access Bookings. So I'll book, you know, let's say I book Ja Rule, let's say I book Lil Durk or whoever the case is. They come to San Diego. They're going to pull up at Flux Nightclub. They're going to pull up at AD. They're going to pull up wherever, you know what I mean? Park Nightclub. And I'm going to, you know, so basically what I would do is I negotiate the date. I negotiate the fee. And we'll, you know what I mean? We'll figure it out. And these niggas pull up. You know, I take my little cheese off the top. You feel me?
Facts.
We keeping it just like the drug game, nigga.
Yeah,
This is the
we get
drug
my
game,
piece.
but the artist is the pack, nigga.
Word.
Yo, nigga, you the pack, nigga.
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So like,
Facts.
I would start booking these artists, and they'd come to the club. I take my little cheese off the top, and they'll do what we do. You know what I mean? Like, we doing the same thing, except the artist is the pack, nigga.
Hello, I fucks with that.
You're not getting stopped in customs, nigga.
Word.
You know what I mean? So we would do that, but then at the same time, like these nightclub owners I started getting annoyed with these niggas, bro, because like I would negotiate the fee. You know what I mean? I negotiate the date, and which is a lot of work. Because you know what I mean? You got to figure out how to negotiate the fees, still take your cheese off the top type shit, negotiate the date, da-da-da-da. And then I come to these bum-ass club owners and these niggas be like, nah, I don't feel like doing it. It's like, nigga, I just did all this work. What you mean?
Yeah.
No, nigga. Like, I just negotiated all this shit. Like, nigga, I already did my job, nigga. Like, give me my bread, nigga.
Right.
And they be like, I don't feel like it. I don't, no. It's too much money. Da-da-da-da. So I was like, all right, fuck these club owners, bro. I'm done with these niggas, bro. So what I started doing is I started throwing my own concerts. So what I did is I go to the venue. The venue got a price, bro. You pay the venue like what, 2 G's, 2,500. I pay the venue. I go to the artist. I pay them their fee. We negotiate the date. Da-da-da-da-da. Boom, it's locked in. So now I got tired of dealing with these bum-ass club owners. And it was, I'm just going to do my own shit. We're going to throw concerts, nigga. So being that I had a good relationship with Nip and his team, my first concert I ever threw was a Nipsey Hussle concert at Music Box in San Diego, California. So I threw that, and everything just worked out because I didn't have no like. I'm putting my bread up. I'm paying for the promotion. I got the venue on lock, and everything just like worked perfectly. It was great. Like even like my first show ever in the world. My first show was actually the same day that Nipsey's son Cross was born, and Nipsey still pulled up based on the relationship that we had because I was on the Crenshaw Tour. He had every reason in the world to cancel. Like, nigga, my son was born. What you mean, nigga? I'm out of here. Like, nah. But he still pulled up off of the relationship that we had. He came through. My relationship with VIP, shouts out to VIP. The niggas came through and gave an amazing show at Music Box in San Diego, California. And we went crazy. You know what I mean? So it was just like a little bit less headache because you didn't have to deal with them other niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was love. So that shit just showed me like, bro, do the shit on your own type of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I started doing shows on my own type shit. So I did shows with Joe Budden, Lil Durk. Shouts out to all them niggas. I did shows with old school niggas, Day 26. Like just hella shows. I did mad shows, my nigga. Like it was crazy. Like, so I just started doing my own thing. You know what I mean? That's how VIP Access was born. Like I started doing my own shows. And it was just a blessing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now we can't have shows. I told you concerts are like my favorite thing, but we can't have shows. But what we do have is verses. I've been enjoying verses. Have you been enjoying the verses?
Absolutely. My favorite verses, honestly, was the Snoop and DMX verses.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, okay.
Personally.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I liked
The
that
two
one.
dogs going at it.
Two
like
dogs
that.
going crazy. And then,
Damn, I can't think of my favorite verses. I liked a lot of them, but no, you know what? I think the Beanie Man one.
everybody loved that one. That was when the niggas was, yeah. That's what changed versus forever. Niggas was in the same room after that.
Facts, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked it when it was
separate.
Yeah.
That's because niggas was like, they was in their own vibe.
Yeah.
Like one nigga could be annihilated, drunk, and the other nigga's just like sober, like, what the fuck's going on with your mans over there?
No, and then there was one that had the Teddy Riley shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man, disaster. And then I think the T-Pain one, or was it T-Pain and Nelly?
No, it was T-Pain and Luda. No,
Who went against?
No.
Wasn't Nelly? Didn't Nelly have a versus?
Yeah, he did.
Nelly had a versus.
Yeah.
Nelly versus Luda. Who was it?
Nelly versus Luda.
Yeah.
I think.
They was some
Luda beat Nelly though.
Yeah.
Because Luda
Yeah.
had that. Luda had the
that new track with Weezy.
No, Luda.
Yo, why do I want to say? Was it T-Pain
Luda
versus Neo? I don't remember.
Luda
I don't even
was. He
remember.
had the experience of being a
I'ma
DJ. Luda had that DJ experience.
Exactly.
You know what I
he knew
mean?
what
So
records
he
to
knew what
play.
to play.
And Nelly was going through some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going through like a rainstorm or some shit. At the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. What do you think was the worst versus?
Yo, before you get into that, my favorite verses was Fab and Jada.
Oh,
my
that was
God.
legendary.
You would, nigga.
Of
Hey,
course.
Jada
all
was
New
blacked
York,
out.
bruh. It was all New York.
Jada was
Jada
blacked out.
drunk shit.
I feel like Fab should have played more of his like
Mixtape vibes?
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
should
But
have gave us
see,
what we wanted.
if he did that though, because most of his mixtape vibes was like chick records.
Who
He would beat
cares?
Jada.
But bitches was watching.
Yeah.
Bitches was watching,
Nah,
bro.
Fab-
And all the
And that's
dudes
like
like the
similar
shorty
to
records.
Snoop and DMX's joint.
See, but I fuck.
Snoop didn't play sexual seduction and none of that
I
shit.
know I was so mad.
But because he wanted to go street with DMX
Don't do that. Don't
to
do
make
that.
it even.
Nigga, DMX only was winning because of the fucking prayer. Nigga jumped in his
Oh, yeah.
prayer.
His
Oh, yeah,
prayer
yeah.
When he
bag.
played, when he played, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't give
Oh,
up.
yeah, so
Nigga, you won, nigga. Period,
Yeah, I
nigga.
ain't-
I'm over there praying, crying, everything, nigga.
Right. I saw DMX in concert once, and I think I was looking forward more to the prayer
The
than anything.
prayers, my nigga.
I was like, yo, I can't wait till he finish.
by the way,
When this nigga start
That-
praying,
that
Yeah.
T-Pain versus was against Lil Jon.
Thank you.
It was Lil Jon.
Really?
Yes.
T-Pain versus Lil Jon.
Lil Jon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
just
that.
searched it. you know?
Yeah.
T-Pain was fucking legendary, bro.
Nigga, when he got the praying though,
Yeah.
Oh, X, right?
nigga, you
Yeah,
won,
Yeah.
bro. 'Cause nigga, my pastor said you won, nigga. You won. Nigga.
Right. I ain't going against him now. But you know what I thought though? I thought it would be so cool, like when the world opens up again and we have like real concerts where,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
at capacity, we could pack them again.
Yeah.
Like a versus concert.
Absolutely.
And
That
it would,
definitely has to happen.
like a versus concert, but almost like a boxing match
yeah.
type of vibe. So it's like one artist come out and they do it
Yeah, the
live.
first one I'll go to would be like Monica and Brandy.
No, I'm talking about a tour, like all of them go on at the same, like
Oh wow.
everybody, and just like back to back to back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
A full show.
Yeah,
Full show.
yeah, like a full show.
You niggas get what 10? You get 10 to 20 records per set,
Yeah.
and you niggas just go. When
Or
you
just
done,
do 5 and 5, like shorten it. Like, yo, you got your 5 best,
that's
like
dope.
5 best, and then they go.
You
boom,
can put
boom,
them in
boom.
an arena with that with
That's
that
what
shit.
I'm saying.
Yeah, put them
That's what I'm
motherfuckers in
saying.
an arena.
Like
yeah.
a festival, like Coachella, bro.
Sheesh.
Imagine that shit in LA.
A versus festival.
Yeah,
Did you see
versus
the tour
yeah,
dates?
like a versus
We
festival.
giving away too many
Too
free
much
gems
I
word.
right now.
know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Somebody email me.
Yeah.
I got
Nigga,
all
just send me a
ideas.
check, nigga.
Yeah, I got all ideas.
Y'all already got the fucking free gems,
Right.
nigga. Send a check.
That's a fact.
Exactly. Yo, but I love LA. Yo, remember the last time I was the first time I was out there was the last time I was out there.
That was your
Remember?
first time? When you
That was
went?
my first time in
That
LA,
was your
bro.
first time in LA?
Yes.
Get the fuck
That
out
was
of
my
here.
first time,
See,
son.
nigga, I'm about to make. Next time you go out there, we going crazy, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got to get stupid.
Yeah.
But yo, my LA trip was so much fun. Yo.
Hell yeah.
Because I was already like I was planning on it. Like
Uh-huh.
I already knew what type of time I was gonna be on. You know
Facts.
what I mean? I already knew. Like as soon as I landed, my feet touched the floor, bro. It was activated.
As soon as you saw that first palm tree, nigga, you was in your
I
bag.
told you about the
Different.
palm trees,
Yeah,
man.
no, son, seriously. And okay, so this was my first time in LA. So by the way, I went out there to visit my homegirl Jen. What up, Jenny? Jenny from the Knox.
Shouts
You
out to
heard?
Jen.
Yes. Hey, Jen. Hey, Dwight. And I went out there. They were so nice to host me. I stayed with them in Studio City at the time. And my homegirl, she was like, yo, you know, I'm going to show you what LA about. She'd been out there for years. And she was really like, yeah, welcome to the West Coast,
You
you
feel
know,
me?
gassing me.
Yeah.
So, yo, not for nothing. This bitch came and picks me up. I got out the airport. This bitch pulled up and like, I don't know if it was
Drop
like
top.
a Benz or a BMW, some shit, whatever the fuck it was, some nice shit. And she was playing California Love at full
She knew what you
blast.
wanted to hear, nigga. She was gonna give you that experience that you
Nigga,
wanted.
That's how I landed at LAX. I was like, oh my God. Bro, we went. Yo, and it was crazy because like, let me tell you something. Mine is so crazy. Before I went there,
Yeah.
I had like these little visualizations of people that I was gonna see. And they
Okay.
were random ass people. Like had no coalition to each other, like just random.
Yeah.
So I said coalition, I meant correlation. But I got
Correlation.
this.
Yeah.
I just called myself. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is that? But anyway, long story short, so I went out there. We went a couple places. She took me around. I saw like the stars on the, what is that? DJ?
Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
We went to the W Hollywood. We had drinks. We was by the sign and shit. We was at that canyon, Laurel. What is it called?
Runyon Canyon.
Is it Laurel Runyon? I feel like it begins with an L.
I don't know, but
anyway,
where the Instagram joints be running?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna tell you in 2 seconds. We went to some Instagram-y spot, and it was mad cool out there. And let me tell you the craziest story. And this is when I was like, yo, I need to move here. Like God just told me.
Don't say that if you don't mean it.
Nah, listen.
You know I call you out on all cap, nigga.
No, that's a fact. No, but okay, so listen. So I am like obsessed with Slick Woods, bro. Like I think she's so lit. She's a model for Fenty, right?
Okay.
Oh my God, and I just love her. So in my mind, I was like, yo, when I go to LA, I'm gonna see that bitch. Like, it's already set. I already know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and my homegirl went to this little jewelry store in Fairfax. And I went and copped some jewelry and shit. So I copped some earrings, blah, blah, blah. And then we went to Sweet Chick and had brunch. So I'm sitting at Sweet Chick, getting my boomerangs in. You feel me? Getting my boomerangs in, a little chicken and waffles,
Yeah.
It's nice outside. I got a little silk shirt on.
72 degrees, ocean
Absolutely.
breeze.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Body wave, 28. You feel me? So I turn around and guess who is at the fucking table right behind me, bro?
Who?
Slick Woods.
Sheesh.
Oh, shit.
Word to everything I love.
It's about speak it into the universe.
So,
right?
So at that point, I was like, nah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because this was like my second day there.
Yeah.
And it was so random that it was like that, like something told myself like, yo, I'm going to see that person.
Uh-huh.
So I stopped, I spoke to her, right? And I was like drooling. She's like my girl crush. And I was like, oh my gosh, right? So boom, kept moving. So now we're walking past the jewelry store that we went to earlier. And some lady runs out and she's like, oh my God, miss, you forgot this. And I was like, oh, now, mind you, I'm lit. Like I just came
in your
from
bag.
I'm in my fucking bag, nigga. Like you understand? Is the weather was calm, like it was beautiful. My second day here, I'm open, right? So she hands me a ring, and I thought it was like something that I purchased that I forgot. Like she forgot to put in the bag, so I didn't even look at it, and I was just like, oh okay, and I just threw it in my bag, and we kept it moving.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when I was like, yo, that was a sign. So I looked at the ring and it was like an old ring.
Yeah.
Like somebody probably left it.
Yeah.
But tell me why that shit was my birthstone.
What?
Dead ass, look. I'm showing them.
It was that particular ring right there?
I never took it off since then.
Sheesh.
Oh, shit.
It was my birthstone and it's diamonds.
Mm.
So that was my kind of what do you call it? Like my sign.
Yeah, like
my sign that I needed to be in LA.
Cali present.
Yeah. That's a fact. DJ, you remember when I came out there and you came and met me? Do you remember?
Absolutely.
You drove up like 2 hours or some shit like that.
Shit.
I drove from Carlsbad, California to pull up to you in Hollywood, California, man.
Oh, that's a 2-hour trip.
Yeah, hour and a half or whatever. But like, I had to pull up, yo. You was in Cali, man. You had to be in Cali.
I was like, yo, come through.
So Sade's best friends with Dwight's wife, and she's my homegirl. And then like I had took a meeting with Dwight maybe 2 weeks prior to her even coming out to Cali. So then now I took the meeting with him, and the next thing you know, she pulls up and she's like, "Yo, this is my homegirl." Like,
like yo, meet Dad.
Yeah, so I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I know her husband. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That shit worked out perfect, and we all turned up. We went to where did we go?
Wait,
Beauty in Essex.
No, before that, we was at another spot.
Yep.
What was the name of that spot?
I can't even tell you, bro.
Oh,
It was like a hookah spot.
man.
We got to ask my nigga Reggie Noble. That nigga knows.
Yeah. Hey, Reggie.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. So that spot, we went there first and we was like pre-gaming there.
Lit.
And one thing I found really funny was my homegirl told me, she was just like, yo, everybody in LA thinks that everybody is famous. Right?
Oh,
So
man.
they'll go up to and be like, oh my God, are you such and such? And for some reason, bro, I guess I look like every thick, light-skinned R&B bitch. Remember, I was telling you about like my little manifestations, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So another person that I was like, yo, I'm going to see this person while I'm out there is Colin Carter, which is Cardi B stylist. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with him. He's the shit. So when we was at that spot,
Yep.
there was like a little party going on there and we were leaving. And before we left, I was like, looking, I was like, oh my God, that's Colin Carter.
He was there.
He was there.
Right there.
With some friends. And so I was leaving. And mind you, I remember what I was wearing. I had like some black pants on.
Mhm.
Like I was giving like Laura Croft. You know what I'm saying? I was giving Laura Croft. Like I had the fanny. I think I had like a really thin, like long sleeve, like off the shoulder. You know what I mean? And I had my Prada sneakers on.
Okay.
I just copped them and I was like, I'm bringing you just with me.
You feel me?
You feel
I'm gonna
me?
show you what type of time I'm on.
Yeah,
Right.
I had the little, the shades, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was walking down the steps and a nigga looked at me. He was like, you are a bad bitch. And I said...
That's all you needed to hear.
I was like, oh, me? Like, yo, I swear to God, that shit gassed me for like, till this day, I'm still gassed.
Yeah.
So after that, we went to Beauty in Essex.
Okay.
And it was a Sunday. As a matter of fact, I was flying home the next day. It was a Sunday. So I think it was like a day party type energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we went there and yo, niggas don't even believe me. So we went there and I was with my homegirl or whatever. She was like, yo, it's your last night or whatever. And we get to the spot, it's a little day party vibe. So, I'm from New York, so I'm searching around, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, who looked funny? Where the exit at?
Yeah.
Where's the bar? Where's the bathroom? Doing my thing.
Case in the joint.
Yeah, all the time. Those are the 4 things you need to know.
Yeah.
People, listen. You need to know where the bar is.
That's 1.
You need to know where the exit is.
That's 2.
You need to know where the bathroom is.
The exit
3.
might be 1.
Right?
The exit might be 1.
Yeah, like you need to know where these things are, right?
Yeah.
So I'm casing a joint, and then she was like, "Oh, come, we, like her man was there already, and they was already situated.
Shouts out to Dwight.
How they were situated. So we went over there, and the first person I see there was Wiz Khalifa.
Ooh,
so
man.
I was like, oh shit, So I'm like, yo, I'm having like a real LA time.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Right.
what I mean? This shit is bad and bougie, like just my type. We went to dinner real elegant, So we went there and
Elegant. Yeah.
elegant.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, it was real elegant. It was opulence, you know what I'm saying? But it was a little, a little hood in there, a little dash of
Mhm.
Dash of
ghetto-ness.
gangster.
Yeah, dash of gangster. That's how I like my shit.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a
Right.
good one.
A
Dash of gangster. Yeah, like that's how I like to feel. You know what I mean? I like to feel safe but a little shook.
Yeah.
Just in case. So one thing about it was like, yo, this is crazy. Cause I feel like in New York, like you have to be super plugged to even get into spots. I've
Mhm.
never gotten into a spot so smooth in my life.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
I think you underestimating the amount of plugged you were already though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's it. I think
You know what I mean?
nailed the
Because you
head
got to
with that.
understand, his job was to make sure that Wiz and his people had a good time, and he was with Ricky P and Will and all them niggas. That's his job, is to make sure them niggas is lit and do their thing. But you so close because the friends that you grew up with from high school is
Mhm.
married to this nigga
Mm-hmm.
that like you don't realize you was plugged, my nigga.
Right.
Because when I pulled up on you, nigga, shit. I was outside the club for at least 25 minutes before we figured it out how to get in that motherfucker.
Yo,
You know
no,
what I
but
mean?
seriously, like I was just sitting there like, oh shit, like this is like some real LA shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, y'all had such a bomb time out there.
Absolutely.
And I didn't want to leave. I think I was out there for like maybe like 5 days or something like that. Um, the weather obviously crazy. The fucking
Beautiful.
Mexican food, which is
72
like top
degrees
five,
with an
top
ocean
five.
breeze.
Yeah, man. Like it's just so calm. So
I like those numbers.
Yeah, no, for real. You're from Cali though. Like, see, I had to travel and get that, right?
Yeah.
So like you being from Cali, like, are you impressed by the weather? The women, like all that shit. Like, are you impressed by that whole Cali living, or is that just like regular shit?
Honestly, like, okay, if I never moved to New York, so I moved to New York when I was 18. So if I never moved to New York, I'd probably say no. But the fact that I've seen fucking 18 degrees with like niggas trying to...
It's
like,
cold right now. You was shivering, bro.
It's OD, bro. Like, New York is so cold.
Almost unnecessary.
Being that I've lived out here for so long in New York, I'm still impressed by the weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, I wasn't, because it was all I knew. But being that I've lived out here in New York and I've seen like how fucking cold it can get, like, and I've seen fucking 80-year-old ladies walking home with their groceries up a 5-foot flight of stairs, just going through it. And I've seen like how hard it can be. When I get back to Cali, I appreciate it. And I do realize that like everywhere is not like how it is out here. You know what I mean?
Nah, definitely, for sure.
I do appreciate it.
Hell yeah. But, I do appreciate New York for the seasons,
And that's another thing I had to say. Like, when the seasons change, that was some shit that I appreciated that I didn't even know I was missing. Like, this shit looks like a painting. When you see fall, like, and leaves are actually falling and the trees are changing colors. Like, that's some shit like
that's beautiful.
That's some beautiful shit that I've never seen.
Snow.
Like, you don't realize, like, living in Cali, you don't realize, like, this shit looks like a painting, yo.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a quick question. All right, so which is hotter since you lived on both coasts? A New York summer or Cali summer?
Nigga, New York all day.
Hotter?
Yeah. You niggas have that. You niggas have that humidity. I will be sweating at 6:45 in the morning uncontrollably.
Nah, for real.
It'll be 97 degrees, 100% humidity. I'm dying. Nigga.
Yo, let me tell you something though. My very, very, very first time I was in Florida, I passed out because of the heat, son. I completely passed out. Yeah, no, because it's that dry heat. And it's like, it suffocates you, bro.
Like, I've been to like Orlando, Florida. It'd be like, yo, like 107, 108 when I was like, out in like Kissimmee, Florida, or like Disney World, some shit like that.
Yeah.
That shit is too fucking much.
Can't do
That's
it.
like
mad
swamp
hot.
heat. Like, I'm like, nah, man.
Right.
Oh my God, it was really hot. Remember, so last time I saw you, we was in Miami for your birthday. It was hot as fuck. And that's
yeah, but see, I would rather the Miami hot because like the water's right there and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't even go to the beach.
We might have walked down to the sand in our Timbs, but we didn't get in the water. We was really on our fucking, what do you call it? Was that place Wet Willie's?
Yeah.
So y'all was like,
that was like the first place you
y'all
have to go to Wet
y'all
Willie's.
chilling on Ocean Drive and shit.
Yeah.
We was all over the place. We went to Cameo. Remember, we was like trying to figure out what the club was, and we was like, oh, it was Cameo.
Shouts out DJ Charles in Charge. We was in Cameo with that nigga. He was DJing. We was lit.
No, that shit was mad fun. I knew I had a good time because all I remember was like being, we was walking in the lobby. We stayed at the Eden Rock, remember?
Yes.
So that shit was mad nice. And we
You about to make me expose some people.
Yo, the Eden Rock was fire. And nigga, I remember one night, I think it was that night, we came back to the spot. I think we was trying to look for food or something.
Yeah.
And we was just not successful. Like, and everybody was like dying in an Uber. Like,
Eden Rock is where you want to go when you want to be very near the ratchetness.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be engulfed in the ratchetness.
Yes.
So it's basically
it's close enough.
It's the hotel right next to Fountain Blue.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to be close to the Fountain Blue, but I don't want to be
in the Fountain
I don't want no ratchets knocking on my door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wait, so like something like Fountain Blue's like ratchet or like...
No, Fountain Blue's not ratchet.
Like
Fountain Blue's
right?
elegant.
Yeah.
Fountain Blue's elegant, but when it's turn up time, you know what I'm saying?
They can possibly...
Like, you'll get the rich niggas popping out, you know, sometimes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Listen.
Like that type of
Fountain
energy.
Blue has live in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there could be a ratchet stray that
Ratchet
can
stray.
make it on your floor and knock on your door. So to prevent that, we at the Eden Rock, because you're
Yeah,
not
we
going.
next door.
Yeah, we next door. I could come down. I could have fun over there,
Right, you can walk
live.
there.
Yeah.
You can walk there.
But there's gonna be another level of security that you gotta
gotta
make
go
it
through.
through
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get to
yeah.
my door.
I feel you.
Yo, I remember my first time at Live, bro. I think it was like 2011, 2012 or something like that.
Yeah.
And my homeboy from New York at the time, he just moved down to Miami. And he was fucking with some niggas out there, some Rough Rider dudes or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That moved down there. So they was like, yo, come to Live, right? So me and my homegirl go. And the first thing I noticed, I was like, damn, yo, these bouncers is mean, son. Like they literally, like they handpicking niggas. I was like, yo, that's fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? So eventually we get in, and mind you, this is mad long ago.
Yeah.
So I'm in like my early 20s. And yo, so we get in this little section, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was just me and my homegirl and like this dude that we knew and like one or two of his friends. So we ain't really know nobody. This is my first time in Miami, by the way. And lo and behold, it was like Nicki Minaj album release party,
Nice.
Pink Friday.
Queens.
Yeah. So
Queens
I
is
was
in the
like,
building.
okay, place to be, right?
Yeah.
Word.
So I'm sitting there and I look to my left and fucking Kim Kardashian's right there. Lil Wayne's right there. Chris Bosh is right there. All these people.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, immediately I told my homegirl, I was like, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. So I dipped. And I go to the bathroom and realize that they sell Dutchess and all that shit.
Hey, we
Back.
activated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I thought it was sleepy time.
No, we back.
Say that. Right. Gum, lollipops, all that shit. So we
Condoms.
came back. Yo, all that. Yo, when I tell you we came back and we wasn't mingling with those people, but they were just like, you know, a couple feet away. You know? And I think that was
right there.
Yeah, that was like one of the first times I was like, oh shit, like this is Miami vibes. Yo, it was literally like the best night of my life.
Hell yeah.
It was so dope, bro. That same weekend we went to King of Diamonds too. Like we did like the whole Miami flex.
Miami experience.
Yeah.
That's definitely another
we did
spot,
the whole
KOD.
Miami flex. We did King of Diamonds. We met some little low key rich nigga out there. And this nigga was fucking giving us money all night to throw. We ain't throw shit.
That's so funny.
We ain't throw shit.
He
He was
probably
giving
live
us
across
bricks
that
all
bridge.
night. Yeah.
And he got 1,000 kilos under his
Yeah,
mattress.
who knows? Nigga was throwing
Probably
bricks
some little
all
Haiti.
night.
Right?
Son. And yo, I had the best chicken fingers and fries there. KOD got the best food. But just Miami in general, it's like my favorite place. I'm actually trying to go. Like my homegirls actually want to go. They want to go next month.
Y'all should.
So I'm
Yeah,
out of
word.
here. I'm breezing.
Outta here.
I think Miami's like calm and you know, like I'm not a little kid anymore. Like I don't have to turn up. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Do it
I
at
could
your
really-
own pace.
Yeah, I could
Facts.
just go to Miami and just like relax. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just lay on the beach a little bit, get some warm weather.
Word.
You know?
Shouts out to Liv.
Yo, Liv is legendary.
Shouts out to Eden Rock. Keep
Yeah.
that security on deck. nigga. Keep them hoes away from my front door.
Yeah. Facts. What's like a big club in California though? That they have a ton of shows at, like everybody knows. Like if I went to San Diego, like where's the spot?
San Diego, wherever the fuck I'm throwing the club at, or wherever I'm
Good answer.
wherever the fuck I'm throwing a concert at is gonna be where the spot is. If I can keep it a bean with you, that's gonna be it. It'll probably be either House of Blues, Music Box, or wherever the fuck VIP access is throwing an event. Let's
There we
keep it
go.
a
Wherever
bean.
VIP's at is where we
Yeah,
at. You
let's-
heard?
let's keep it a bean.
Yo, okay. So before we wrap up, I have this little thing, and it's called my Cali, New York quiz. Because since you from both coasts,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see which one you rocking with the most. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay. So my first Cali versus New York this or that question is Air Force Ones or Chucks? Which one you choosing? Because you
Ooh.
buy coastal.
I personally, I gotta go with the Forces.
Okay.
But this is
Okay.
this is the crazy thing about it. A lot of niggas be trying to switch up the history. Like them niggas be like, you can't rock mids. Da 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 da.
Wait a
Nigga, I
minute.
rock mids,
You
nigga.
rock mids? Bro, there's no way you rock mids.
I can rock a mid, bruh.
What more do you want from me? Oh,
Yo, wait.
Lowe's
This is
only.
the same nigga that just got on me about single soul Tim. And you rocking Miz, my boy.
Bro, I
It's
rock
2003,
Miz.
nigga.
Oh, hey, it was lit then, though.
Oh man.
Nah, if you got Miz, you got a velour.
Oh, hey, I
period.
might. The pants, I'm not rocking the velour jacket, but you might
Nah,
catch me with the pants, the silky smooth.
I see you.
Right. All right. So what about, okay, so this is just a Cali answer, right? So
Yeah.
if you had to choose, are you wearing Chucks or Cortez?
Ooh, Chucks with the fat laces.
Period. That's what I'm
Okay,
talking about. Okay. All right. Here is my next one. Okay, this is cool. A chopped cheese sandwich or a carne asada burrito.
Oh, that sounds nice right now.
Damn.
I know that's a hard one, right?
Fuck.
Because you got real good Mexican food over there.
Yeah, yo, repeat that question for our listeners.
A chopped cheese or a carne asada burrito, which is like a Mexican Big Mac. Nigga. Yeah.
If I gotta keep it a bean,
Yeah.
You have to keep it a beans. This is a Chillery Bank show, baby. Keeping the beans is mandatory.
I'm going chopped cheese.
Oh,
I'm going chop.
this nigga might be
You know what
from
the
New
fuck
York on the low.
Yeah. Is he from New York? Is he from Cali? I don't know. I don't know.
I'll go with the chopped cheese.
Okay.
179th Street Deli in Queens, nigga. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Next, are you going to a club in New York City? Like, let's say you had to choose between these two nights. Would you rather go to a club in New York, fully loaded section, all that? Or are you going to a house party? Like,
a house party in LA.
what you doing? Which one?
I'll probably do a house party in LA. You feel me?
I'm fucking with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
'Cause you don't know who you're gonna see there. You see Jamie Foxx, you see the fucking Rihanna.
Yeah, like crazy. No, that's dope. I think that's probably like the best part because I don't think LA really like parties like club wise like that anymore.
Just be careful with that address. Niggas be sending that address out. Next thing you know, the Jack Boys pull up at 4:30 in the morning.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
All right. This is good. So are you doing high socks, Cali energy, or are you doing low socks, ankle Air Force One summertime in the Bronx energy?
Shit.
Nah, we doing the high socks over here. Cali
Me
vibes.
too. I fucks with it. Okay.
All right. So, what kicks are you wearing with the high socks, though?
I'm probably rocking like Jordan 1s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan 1s. You feel
I
me?
like high socks for everything. They just make the fit. I don't know what it is. Okay.
I got you.
Here's a music question. Are you fucking with the drill music, New York, or hyphy music, California?
For where we at right now in 2021, I'm doing drill. But back in the day, I was doing hyphy. But right now, we're doing drill all day.
Okay. Well, obviously, you know where I'm from. Okay. All right. Here's a very good one. New York women or California women?
Ooh, man.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and hit the.
Nah.
Hold up.
Where my
Wait.
lawyer? I'm pleading the fifth on that one.
Wait a minute. You got to answer it.
New York women
Or
Cali
California women.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to answer it. You have to.
Like you said, man, keep it a bean.
Like, yo, I told him I was going to get him in trouble.
This is the Chillery Bank show. Being 100% is required.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
Shit.
It's on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm just reading what's on my list.
I got to plead the fifth on that one. I'm sorry.
No. Come on. What?
Nigga not trying to get caught
I
up.
got to. Yeah. It's just
Wow.
there's different things about different women. It's just beautiful. I see beautiful things about both coasts. Like beautiful women. I can't do that one. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
I mean, okay. All right. Well, okay. So you going for the New York drip or the Cali drip?
Oh, fashion.
That's easy.
Fashion.
That's not gonna get me in trouble. That one I gotta go with New York drip, man.
Absolutely. No fucking
Easy.
how it is. Joe, what was your favorite trend?
Mm.
Your favorite New York trend?
My favorite New York trend.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Damn. Okay.
A hard one, right? You gotta think
That one
about
was
that.
OD
You
hard.
gotta think like, what was your favorite era?
Ooh. What you mean by era?
Like fashion wise, what was your favorite era? Like, if you could go back.
I would, quick instinct, I'd say Dipset, but everything that them niggas represent is out of style already with the fucking, the
Nah.
you know what I mean?
Son, if I was to go back and be in an era, I probably would be in the Dipset era. Like, I really enjoyed the 3X Pelés. Like, I
them Pele
I really
That's my
liked
shit.
that. Like,
you know what? I like those too still, but the thing that really got me off it though was the True Religion bell bottom vibes.
Oh yeah,
I
the
can't do
bootcut
those.
joints.
Yeah.
I wasn't really fucking with those. But I was fucking with the tall tee era.
Tall
You know what I
tee.
mean?
Damn, yeah.
Like, if I was to be an adult in another era, like from the past,
Yeah.
like I would want to be like, in my late 20s, early 30s, like in that
Tall tee
era.
vibe.
Yeah,
early
like finding my
2000s.
shorty
4X
for
tall
real.
tee.
Yeah, like
Big
on, you know what I'm saying, on a hunt for my nigga type shit. Like, I want my nigga like a 6X. You feel me? Like,
Shirt on the ground, look like Casper the Friendly Ghost
absolutely.
type. Yo, who's Casper?
All right, so the next one is this one, because I believe you've seen both, but the New York City school system versus California school system.
I gotta go with the California school system.
Word.
Yeah.
What?
Because the New York school system, like, if you don't go to private school, you go into prison type vibe. Like, this shit is...
Well, okay, yes.
That's how I
yes
feel.
And no. Yes
Yeah.
and no. I feel like they purposely kind of make it that way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like just in general, like people really try to railroad you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also I feel like New Yorkers in general, New York children are so much sharper.
Yeah, they grow up too fast.
Yeah. Well, not they grow up too fast. They grow up just right. Like they're sharp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, who grew up in some small town, couldn't move like a New York kid. Like
Absolutely.
you
Yeah,
got
never
8-year-olds
sleeps.
taking care of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
To the max.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know California. I've never been to school in California, but
With my personal opinion, I'd have to say just like, honestly, I'd have to go with Cali because you stand a chance.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is a good one. New York City nightlife or LA nightlife?
All right. Well, if we're not talking about the Hidden Hills parties, if we just talking about the clubs,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go
No. We're talking about in general partying.
partying.
Partying. Like
You got to go in New York. Niggas is open till 4 or 5 in the morning. Period. It's going.
Okay.
Yo, in LA, I still close at 2 a.m.
We close at 2 a.m. That shit is out.
Wow, closing at 2 a.m.
Now, if you're trying to bring it back to the crib, that's a win.
Yeah.
But if we talking nightlife, nah, shit is not over.
Well, when I went out when I was in LA, you know what it is? It's just, it was like it was a little too fake for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all the girls look like Kylie Jenner. Like everybody, like their makeup, like all the girls. Well, I'm not gonna say everywhere. I didn't go everywhere, but this particular spot I was at,
Yeah.
like, yo, everybody did their makeup the same. Like they had the same like 4 hairstyles in rotation. You feel me? Mad Fashion Nova fits, mad sets. Little 2-piece sets. It was just 2-piece set central.
Yeah.
And it was just like, dang, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there, and me and my homegirl, there were like some people we met there. And they were just like so fucking, they were like, oh my God, can you talk? Oh my God, say dog. Like, you know
Say
what I'm saying?
apple.
Yeah, say apple.
Wow.
Say New York. Like, they were just so fucking open.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, like you guys are so used to like seeing the same shit like
Yeah.
over and over again. But yeah, like parties wise, I think New York turned up. Like New York was fucking lit. Even when we went to that day party, like if that was like in New York, it probably would have been way more lit. It would have been a movie.
Facts.
Viral. All right, so here's a good one. You about to get in trouble. Trouble. Okay.
Call my lawyer right now, nigga. Plead the fifth.
Word. All right. So listen, you repping Cali, but would you prefer to listen to The Breakfast Club or Big Boy in the Morning?
She already got her button on.
I don't know.
So I've been listening to Big Boy since I was like in middle school. So like Big Boy's cool, but his jokes don't hit like that. So I'm gonna go with the Breakfast Club right now.
That's what we're fucking talking about. Come on, son.
Sorry to all my
Nobody's
Cali
doing
niggas. I'm
Charlamagne.
sorry,
Yeah, I love
but
Charlamagne.
yeah.
Charlamagne
Like,
the
you can't, you don't get no better than that.
Big boy, your jokes is come on, man.
Like, come on, do better, baby.
Yeah, get
No,
some
we fuck
joke
with big
writers.
Ooh, okay. Damn, I'm really getting DJ in trouble. All right, DJ. If you had to roll with one gang for the rest of your life,
Oh, snap.
are you rolling with the California squad or your New York friends?
Ooh.
You saw his face the whole time. He's like,
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I wish y'all could see his face. Yo, he's stuck right now.
What?
You going Cali gang or Queens gang?
That's
I know.
You know what's funny with me, and it's gonna be political, but y'all niggas gotta take this shit.
Mhm.
Me, I fly free, and all the niggas that fuck with me fly free. So we all one gang, nigga.
Yeah, that's
My
a
people,
fact.
my people from Cali
One gang.
fuck with my New York niggas, and my niggas from New York fuck with my
Fact.
Cali
That's a
niggas, and
fact.
that's facts.
Okay.
No, that's a fact. Absolutely.
Period. We all same gang,
That's the
nigga.
right answer. That is the
Yo,
right answer.
DJ face.
Same
Priceless.
gang, nigga.
Priceless. All right, here's a food question. Chicken and waffles. You going to Roscoe's or Sweet Chick in Brooklyn?
We doing Roscoe's all day, easy.
I'm not even gonna front.
But I don't even facts.
Not even gonna front.
I don't get the Obama special though. I get that chicken breast with the waffle though.
Yeah.
I get the chicken breast with the waffle. Period.
Yo, I learned something new about you this weekend.
Yup.
That you don't eat chicken off the bone, like no wings feed.
I need
You a tenderoni.
tenders or that breast.
Yeah.
I need the titties.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yo, that's crazy. Cause like wings are like my favorite food. Like
need
I
that.
think I wanted to eat wings like 3 times.
Who wants a wing when you can get a titty?
Right. I look. Me, lemon, pepper, wings.
Yes. Oh my God. I was supposed to make you some
You said,
today.
yo,
But imagine a lemon pepper titty.
Sheesh.
Yo, this nigga. Oh my
A
God.
lemon pepper titty.
Yo, me and DJ was
Some
talking
2021
about
shit.
our Roscoe's technique.
Yeah.
So I told him I like to do the burrito with the dippery.
Mhm.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, I like to pull the waffle.
Yeah, she gonna
Right?
rip that waffle
Yeah, I'm gonna
apart.
rip the waffle
Oh,
apart.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm
Get some
saying?
buff-
I'm gonna
get
use
some
it.
chicken.
Yeah, like a prong almost, right?
Taco.
Just boop, boop, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And a beep beep. And then I go ahead
Dip
and
it
I
in
do the
that.
dip. You
You
know what I'm
dip.
saying?
Word.
Yeah, that's how I'm fucking with the Roscoe's. But that shit is delicious, bro. That was like, I'm so glad I
Can I
fucking
shout
had
out another food spot in LA?
Yes.
Other than Roscoe's? If you're
Yes,
listening to
please.
if you listen to the sounds of my voice and you're in LA, go to Woody's in Inglewood. Matter of fact, where's it at? Hold on. Where's Woody's at? I gotta get
Yeah,
you.
go find that. Because you've been talking about that for like 2 days now.
Woody's is it's on fucking 475 South Market Street in Inglewood. Go there and get the hot links. Go get the fucking the beef ribs. Go to Woody's. Like I'm telling you.
Damn.
Thank me later.
No,
Yeah.
he really has been talking about that spot for like 2 days though.
Facts.
No bullshit. All right. All right, this is a slang question. So we're on the phone. We about to hang up. All right. So I'm like, all right, DJ, I'm gonna call you later. Are you giving a New York response or a Cali response? Meaning, are you saying I say that or are you saying I for sure?
I got my own response. I hit you with "I gone" and then I bang on you.
There we go. And then you going for real.
I stole that from my cousin Mike. That shit sounds so hard, nigga. I stole that shit. I started using it on him and shit. Niggas was saying "gone" at the same time. All right, gone, bye.
All right. Okay, so now scenario, you're out of the club. It's 4:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the morning, depending where you at. 1
What
o'clock.
coast you on?
Right, depending on what coast you on, right? It's late, you lit, you want to go straight home, but you gotta eat first. There's 2 trucks. Are you going to the taco truck or are you going to the halal truck?
Oh, first off, I live in San Diego, California. We doing a taco shop all day.
Yeah.
That shit is easy.
So I'm
I
talking
agree.
about.
Yeah, taco truck.
Yeah.
How you like your tacos?
I do the soft taco, but if anything,
Mhm.
I'm doing a carne asada burrito. I'm doing carne asada
Ooh,
fries,
I'm
shit
talking
like that.
about
You know what I mean? That shit
elegant.
that's really gonna soak up all that liquor and how you feeling right in the morning.
Facts. All right. My last one here. Oh my God, I can't believe this is already over. All right, but my last question is, as far as your favorite who's your favorite basketball team?
Got to be the Lakers. I'm from Inglewood.
Ah, damn. All right. So the Lakers, right? Do you want to see them? Well, no, this doesn't make sense.
Lakers are the
Scratch that.
No. Say what you was gonna say. Lakers are the Nets.
No. Tell me. No. I wasn't even gonna go there. But give me another team. Give me another team. Any other team you like? What's the second one?
Second favorite team?
Yeah, because
Knicks.
No, something else. Come on. You know where I'm going with this.
Oh, man.
Hello. You just think LA. Come on. I was trying to be low, nigga. Like, I'm trying to be discreet.
I can't. Whoever Brun's on, my nigga. Whatever team Brun on,
Okay.
that's that nigga.
All right. You know what? Fuck it. Not a sports team, a concert. Your favorite artist of all time, right? Would you prefer to see them packed out in Staples Center or packed out in MSG?
Ooh.
Where's the vibes?
Honestly, I'm gonna say MSG because I'm gonna say MSG for the simple fact that when the concert is over, the party is not over.
The fuck is
in
not,
New York.
nigga. It just started.
It just started, nigga.
Just started. Absolutely.
You gonna catch Rihanna at Greenhouse and she gonna be right there in your section.
Oh, Greenhouse. I forgot about Greenhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know what club I was in? Like OD, son. Like a little bit too much. Do you remember that club Guest House? It was also part of Home.
Of course.
Yo,
that was
Guest
back
House?
in the day. That's when I was drinking Hypnotic. I was drinking Hypnotic in that era.
I was drinking Hulks, bro.
Yeah.
And they had a party every Sunday.
Damn.
And I literally was there every Sunday. No bullshit, bro. And I had a job, had some retail job at the time. And I had to be there like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I really would go out party and come home at 5 and be at work.
Make it
and go to school. Like now, bro, I need like 3 days.
Facts.
I need like 3 days. Yo, DJ, thank you so much for coming. I still can't believe you're here.
Thank you for having me. I
No, for
appreciate
sure.
it.
I still can't believe you're here. But yo, honestly, that was like the realest shit in the world. Like you pulled up, like no excuses. You know what I'm saying? My man flew out all the way from California to come fuck with me. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And let me get a moment to say like, thank you to Sade. Thank you for Strife. I love you both. Y'all are both
Word.
super
Likewise.
dope.
Love you.
And I
Likewise,
appreciate y'all, man. I love everything you doing, Strife, with your card game. You're killing
Thank
it.
you.
Oh my God,
You know what I mean?
yes.
We got to shout that shit out.
Yeah.
And I just love you both. And I just wanted to take this time to pull up and share energy with y'all and just, thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Yo, for real, man. Yo, this has been such a pleasure. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This was so much fun. I got to chill with my boy. I haven't seen him in forever. So I'm glad you guys kind of shared our reunion.
Yeah.
So to speak. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and follow. Let me know what you guys think. Take care. We'll holler at y'all soon.